Take me to the channel for the PCP. Listen to some voicemails for the Minecraft stream. I really want to have Radcon funded by you. We can be procrastinators. Hello, and welcome to another episode of the PCP, the Pro Crastinators, a podcast. I'm Ben Saint, and with me today, I have Tom Oliver. Thank you for joining me, Tom.
We're all about melodrama today, apparently.
I would like to ask you what is to be done about the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. Your thoughts?
I think we just need to line them all up in like a big line together, and then you just got to get like one semi-attractive looking woman to walk up to them, and then just be like, have a Red Bull, and they'll all be friends. That's what TV has taught me.
What? Wait. That's not... Red Bull doesn't make friends. It gives you wings.
Well, if they're wings, they'll all...
No. I think you're right, but it's got to be Mentos. It doesn't matter what comes, fresh goes better in life. And then an Israeli... someone in the Israeli Defense Force, he's pounding
that's
like
the fresh maker, not the peacemaker.
He's beating a child's head in with the butt of his rifle, but then his emaciated the Palestinian kid's emaciated little brother is like, "Wait, sir," and holds up a Mentos, and he goes, "Ha ha ha ha," and he takes some, and then they're like, forget about it, you little scamp, and that's I could see it.
Why aren't we in charge of international relations? We can get this all solved in a day.
The Mentos trio we could have had peace in the Middle East back when I was 14. Wait a second. I've mentioned the Mentos trio before. Have I ever explained what that was?
Maybe. I'm only here for like half the episodes now, so.
That's true. Okay, I think I mentioned this once, but let me tell you about a period in my life when I was I'm gonna be so embarrassed if I have told the story before and I just forgot. But when I was 12, 13, maybe a little younger even, I went to this summer camp. Not a camp really, but a program for gifted children because I was so smart.
That's what your parents told you, huh? That's what you're going.
I don't know. It was called College Academy, and it was basically kids during the summer. It was sort of like a mock college. You would pick your classes, and then in the course of the day you would go between classes, and then you go to lunch, and then you go to 2 more classes. It was sort of like pretend college for kids. It's like a prepare yourself for the future kind of thing.
And you, a future cartoonist, needed this desperately.
Well, I had potential back then. But on the bus ride to and from College Academy, I don't know, there were these older kids who I thought were so cool, and a couple years later, some of them would graduate, and eventually I joined their inner circle. But they called themselves the Mentos Trio, and what they would do is they would sit at the back of the bus to College Academy, and they would buy Mentos before every bus ride, and they would take paper, like a pencil paper, and they would write Mentos the Fresh Maker on paper, and then they would wait for the bus to stop at a red light and wait for a car behind the bus to pull up close, and then they would flip back and look through the windows in the back of the bus and slam the paper on the back window, and they would give thumbs up and big smiles and hold the Mentos yeah, Mentos, the Fresh Maker, and just see what the car behind them would do. And that was it. That was the Mentos tree.
And these are the people you thought were cool.
Listen, they had passion.
I can't deny that. This sounds like something out of a webcomic. This sounds like something that could be in Tales Gets Trolled or something, and I would believe it.
It does. It is. It's pretty zany. It's pretty wacky. And
Ben, do you think you became a cartoonist because your entire childhood was just something out of an early 2000s webcomic?
No, I thought it was normal back then. But they would sometimes you get good reactions though. Sometimes like there was one guy who like flipped us off and then like peeled out in a U-turn.
Whoa.
Or, like he was mad. Most of the time people would either just ignore it or sometimes people would give like thumbs up back. Like that was the most common thing. As you might expect.
Yeah, you're just playing the long game to get those golden reactions, either positive or negative, I suppose. Gotta wade through the shit.
Ah, it was good times. It was good times. I think they thought I was a loser because I was a little kid, but then like a couple of them graduated and they were like, well, we have to let Ben join because there's no longer 3 of us.
Oh
so
no, can't be the Mentos duo. That's just not nearly as good.
That's just lame. No, like
Yeah.
people would like the people behind the bus would laugh at us.
Right. The balance between based and cringe is that 3-person dynamic.
That's it. If there's only 2 of you, you just look like some weird lone losers, right?
Right,
Like
right.
no, but you can't get a 3rd person to join your little Mentos cult.
3's a crowd,
course.
so then it's the cool thing
Yeah.
to do. If it's just 2 people, just like, oh god, look at those sad, pathetic young men.
It's just Trey and what were the shooters' names? You know,
No, I don't.
from the Columbine shooters.
Why do you think
look
I
like-
would know the shooters' names from Columbine?
I don't know. They're famous.
I don't pay
you look
attention
like
to
those
these.
two.
I know the names of like the last 5 Ultramen. I don't know the Columbine shooters. My knowledge is very
Okay.
fucked up.
It was Trey Parker and Matt Stone, I believe.
Oh,
Yes.
right. That was the duo that you joined to become the Mentos trio.
And who then went on to shoot up Columbine famously.
Yeah, you know. If you want to get a show, you know, on Comedy Central, you got to really prove that you're committed to the bit. And so
Good times. Okay, so now and that's pretty much it. There's nothing else to say about the Mentos trio, but that was the deal with it.
I was not familiar with that story, so you at least never told
Good.
me it before.
Good. Me and Gib did the bonus episode this week. We did the Minesweeper challenge. We did the Minesweeper, I guess, race,
Which
or
you
battle or
can which you
whatever.
can see for $5 a month over on patreon.com/theprocrastinators.
I gotta say, I think that bonus episode, it has twists and turns.
Was
has
it
twists
better
and
than the Dark
turns.
Souls race?
Well,
You
the
have to
Dark
say
Souls
yes.
race-
You have to say yes. We're trying to sell this right now.
I could say that it's I could say I can waffle and I don't have to commit to anything. I can say, well, it's apples and oranges. Well, it's a different kind of quality. It's better than the yellow episode for sure. It's better than the Dark Souls race. It's better than the Pokemon race. It's better than what's the most viewed video? What's the most viewed video on our channel?
I don't know.
It used to be the like Trixie calls Munchie or Mumkey, the one where she explains why Mumkey was kicked. That was the most popular for a while.
Was it really?
But for a long time. Yeah,
Oh,
for like
no.
a year or more.
Well,
yeah.
that explains a lot, I guess.
And then I think finally we were like, guys, we've got to fucking we don't want this here. This sucks.
All the lectures that are on here had less views than that. That's embarrassing.
Wait a minute. That might be right. That might have been the most popular after the lectures, actually.
Okay. That's a little better.
Wow, the most. Oh my god, it's both your lectures are the most popular. Yeah, like by a wide margin.
Oh my
Guilty
god. Am I the king of this channel now?
Guilty Gear Lore 101 at 380. Animorphs 101 at just under 300.
Damn.
Hottest Goss at 222. Sonichu Classroom in 360 degrees at about 150.
Oh, right.
And
That's
then
the normal
Gil-
one's on your channel, right?
The normal one's on my
Alright.
channel, which is I think is at like 1.3 million or something.
Incredible.
not to brag or anything.
That was a ground-breaking piece of content. It was the video that set the trend.
It was. And
Man, it'd be
don't
really
you
great if there
forget
was
it.
another one. You know, if there was like a follow up to that. God, it just seems like it's time. You know, if only
It
that
is
existed. A boy can
it
dream, I
is
suppose.
time. It is time, and I've been feeling bad about that. I have well, I have I I hope I'm not giving the game away here, but I mean, I need to get my secret project done before I want to release that. And I feel a little bit like zonked out. I feel a little bit like I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on in the news. I don't know what I should be angry about this week. The last 2 days I've done basically nothing except work on that. Uh, and it's which is good, which is what I should be doing. I've said this before, but it's probably stupid. Like objectively, it's probably stupid that I haven't released that yet. But there is a reason why I need it released in a particular order. Not maybe not a good one, a reason that anyone would agree with, but there is a reason.
Well, at least you have a game plan and you're sticking to it, I guess.
I do.
The commenters
I
will let
do.
us know if they respect that decision in any way, shape, or form.
I I do think though, like I think originally I wanted like okay, I want to make posting that an event. I want to attach with it like an announcement that I was going to do like maybe some kind of like I was thinking like a I will read every issue of Sonichu on my Twitch channel like to raise money for charity or something to make like a big event out of it. I don't know if I want to do that anymore. Part of me is just like when it's time, I am maybe just going to say fuck it. Just put it out there, who cares?
Could be fun.
I don't know. Depends how much extra effort it would require.
You'd have to have special guest Christine Weston Chandler to show up to voice themselves in the comic.
She's been on my channel before.
I know. It's not outside the realm of possibility. If you really wanted to raise money for charity, that's what you would do. That'd be the power move.
I don't know if the crowd that would be attracted by Chris being on a thing would be very likely to give anything to anyone.
I feel like people within like your sphere though would be doubly invested in a situation like that.
Maybe it's possible. Well, I mean, every time I like do or say a Chris related thing, I get there's a new crop of people that show up to be like, "What? Chris, get a job! Chris, get a job, Chris! Fuck's sake!"
It's never gonna happen.
I don't think so.
Some people are just unhireable. All right.
Some people are unhireable. Some people are just dedicated to other people need to get jobs, raise kids, and have families. Some people are like angry when people don't do that. These people come out of the woodwork when Chris is being discussed on the internet.
It's funny how these people are berating Chris for just like doing the same thing over and over again, wasting their time chasing an impossible goal when they themselves are chasing the impossible goal of getting him to stop doing that, or getting her to stop doing that, I should say. So they're both committed to the same hubris. It's
they're like Batman and the Joker. They're two sides of the same coin that one can never defeat the other.
That's true.
they need each other. The mutually symbiotic relationship.
Oh, no.
I mean, it's kind of true. Without the trolls, what would Chris be? I mean, like so much of the of Sonichu is about dealing with trolls.
It's true. Sonichu
or
wouldn't
what
be
she
nothing.
conceives to be trolls. Yeah. It makes you think. Really thought provoking. What else was I gonna? I'm like, hey, tell me something.
Well, I did it. I did the thing. I watched the Snyder cut of Justice League because it came out on Friday. I watched the whole thing, all 4 hours in one sitting.
I have been hearing about the Snyder cut and I don't want to. I mean, I didn't see the original movie, so I'm not going to watch the Snyder cut either.
I would not watch it if you did not see the original. In fact, no one should really watch it at all. But it was just one of those things where it's like, I'm so curious as what.
I saw Asterios Kokonos on Twitter said that he didn't think the Snyder cut was better than the original.
I agree. So, I think it was better. Okay. It was more, as strange as this to say, it was more cohesive just because there was one person in charge of the vision than the studio meddling hodgepodge that was the theatrical cut. Because of course I saw that too.
There is a there's a video by Foldable Human. Do you know who that is?
No, but that's a terrifying username.
he used to use like a little like cardboard box puppet as sort of his like mouthpiece, as sort of his like avatar.
Okay.
He just dropped Dan Olson. He's dropped that like for a long time, but I think that was originally why he was called Foldable Human.
Now it just sounds Lovecraftian and terrifying.
You know, I've never thought of it like that, but I guess I could see what you mean. But he made a video about folding ideas. Folding ideas is what the channel is.
Oh, okay. I've heard of folding ideas. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, he made a video about the Snyder cut a year or more ago, saying like it doesn't exist. Like there is no completed Snyder cut. So I don't know. I like the Snyder cut. Like people have been calling for the Snyder cut for years.
Correct.
But like the Snyder cut now, it's not something that like existed all along. It's like must have been something that was made in response to
from what I've read
outcry.
Is that only like, okay, so the original cut I think was under 2 hours, the theatrical release, and and like half of it was just new footage they reshot with Joss Whedon, and then this version that just came out is 4 hours and 2 minutes. And only 5 minutes of that was new footage. Everything else that was replaced was footage that was cut from the original version. So there's like, I think an hour and 45 minutes of footage from the original version that got cut.
Does the Snyder cut not include the Joss Whedon stuff?
No, none of the Joss Whedon stuff is in the Snyder cut. It's all just the original stuff. Because like there was like over 2 hours of shit they cut from the theatrical release and replaced with Joss Whedon things, and then they retweaked a lot of stuff. So yeah, it's kind of dumb just because like it's like, okay, for 4 years people have been clamoring for the Snyder cut, and they release it and it's clear that you watch it, it's like, oh, this was a part 1, so it kind of ends super open for like all this new stuff that's you just know is not going to happen. And like the 5 minutes of new footage was like the cliffhanger ending of this movie. It's like, so you recorded a stinger for a movie that you know is not going to get made? Like, it was really fucking weird.
I see.
Because, like, spoilers, at the end, like, Martian Manhunter shows up and he's like, hey, Batman, I'm Martian Manhunter. I'm going to help you fight. And Batman's like, cool. And then it ends and it's like, oh, I can't wait to never see this movie where Martian Manhunter exists. Awesome.
I saw a tweet from Brianna Joy Gray. I think she was watching the Snyder cut, and someone said, she said like, I guess Martian Manhunter shows up, and Ben Affleck goes like, "Who the fuck are you?"
Correct.
And she said like, "Thank you. I was wondering too." And then she said, the name Martian Manhunter is so descriptive without being clarifying at all.
Yeah.
Like if you don't know who that
is. This
like,
cut of the movie, dude, this cut of the movie would never have worked in theaters because it just drops a ton of like comic lore without any explanation and doesn't try and make it any way approachable. Like Darkseid's just there, like trying to get to Earth, and he's like, I need to go to Earth. It has the anti-life equation. And like they don't explain what the anti-life equation is or what it means. It's just a bunch of like CG monsters talking about this thing for like 2 hours. And it just assumes that like you've read comic books, like you know what the anti-life equation is and why Darkseid wants it, right? And it's pretty funny.
I guess that's what the hardcore fans want. So like it sounds like some people will be pretty pleased about that.
I mean, like
I guess.
in the theatrical cut, like that came out first, the whole back end of the movie is like the main like throwaway villain guy Steppenwolf. He like sets up a base in this like abandoned like Russian town that has like a couple people in there, and the whole fight is happening while they're trying to like evacuate the people that are living in this town. And there's like some cute little fucking like one-liners and like funny scenes of like the Flash pushing this truck away of like these like old couple, and then Superman's like carrying an entire building and he's like, oh, I feel shitty because I'm not as strong as Superman, like dumb shit like that. And the Snyder cut, it's just an abandoned town and nobody's there, so they destroy the entire fucking thing in this fight, and it's such a different tone. And like, of course, everything's shot in the dark in this version, and in the original theatrical cut it was all brightened up and stuff. And for some reason, when Superman comes back, he wears a black suit, but they changed it back to the normal colors in the original theatrical cut. But in this one, he's just wearing a black costume just because Zack Snyder, I guess.
In the comics, or
I mean, he did have a black costume in the comics. I don't know if that was a reference to that, or it was just strange because there was no reason for him to wear another costume. Because like in the movie, they go onto like a Kryptonian ship and it has like his normal costume in there, but like he just wears black because I guess it's cooler. I don't know. The whole movie's in 4:3 also. It is cooler. That's probably the weirdest, most jarring thing. Is there was a bunch of articles. 4:3 is like
the Snyder cut is?
Yeah, the Snyder cut's in 4:3 aspect ratio, not widescreen.
Why?
I think it was because originally it was shot in a different aspect ratio for IMAX theaters. And like instead of like trying to adjust it for 16:9, like because I think widescreen or IMAX is taller or something. I don't know. I didn't look into it too much, but like, yeah, it's all in 4:3, the entire thing.
Speaking of not to force a subject change, but speaking of 4:3 aspect ratio, I've been watching I've been mostly listening to a lot of Ross's Game Dungeon recently. You know that from Accursed Farms, the YouTube channel?
No. What is that?
Well, I mean, it's just like videos that a guy makes where he talks about games, and like a lot of the games that he plays are like a lot of older. It's not all older stuff, but a lot of older stuff. Like stuff is back as like the Commodore 64 or the Amiga, but also stuff like older classic stuff like Deus Ex, the original Deus Ex and stuff. Weird like point and click adventure games. He plays a lot of point and click adventure games that I've never heard of. Cool. The reason I heard about this channel was because when I made the lecture about Jennifer Dayan Wrights, a lot of I talked about that old game she made, Boppin', and I guess Ross's Game Dungeon from years ago. Ross's Game Dungeon had an episode about Boppin', and a lot of people had heard of Boppin' before from that.
I see.
Ross's Game Dungeon. Ross is he does like. He does like tech stuff. He says he's not good with computers, but he's way better with them than me. Like he will like emulate games, and he will like go into the code and like hack it specific. I don't know if it's hacking, but you know, he will modify the code to make games like play in widescreen, even if they like natively run in 4:3. He hates games that don't run in widescreen, and he will take like pains to make these like old like Windows 32 era game, like 3D games run on widescreen. I don't know. He's passionately against like shaders that cause aliasing on pixels in games. He gets like upset about that. I don't know. He has like
like anti-aliasing, like smoothing out the pixels and stuff. Like
yeah.
That's a huge pet peeve of mine too, but I've never gone in and like tried to put something in 16:9 that's in 4:3.
I don't mind the anti-aliasing. That doesn't bug me too much.
Every time I play Doom and like it has the anti-aliasing on by default, it smooths out all the sprites. I'm just like, no, I want my pixels.
Wait, so no. What he hates is when is when the pixels aren't smoothed.
Oh my god, what a monster!
Like when he'll there's a video, a clip that he shows sometimes. There's like power lines, and there's wires going between the power lines, and the pixels on the power line are aliased, so they're all like individual pixels, and they kind of like fizzle and like pop in and out, right? As you move your field of view, and like the tiny little wire moves across the screen. You know what I'm saying? That's like,
sort of.
okay. I don't. I would have to find the screenshot.
It's just the low resolution. They were just
a
fucking
texture looks like it's all like staticky, right, as you move, because the pixels are like
sure.
Yeah. I like pixels.
I
like when old games look fucked up.
Yeah, I mean,
it's good.
You have to. That's like part of the aesthetic.
I don't know. He'll play these fucking like 20-year-old games and be like,
why is this not look like a modern game?
I have to though. He's like, this isn't good. I gotta go in and like modify the game's code and like lock the game to like a higher frame rate and like overclock my fucking processor to like make the game run at 60 frames per second when it originally ran at like 10.4 or whatever.
Sure.
I don't. He just has such a completely.
That must be a nightmare. I know a lot of like early 3D games, they would tie all their physics to frame rate. So like, you would have to like completely like redo the whole physics engine to get it to work.
He has such a completely different way of engaging with the medium of video games than I do.
That is I want to say autism, but no, it's something.
I don't know.
It's that weird laser focus that people have about certain specific things.
Yeah. I've been, I guess binging it because I have just been trying to crank out work on the secret thing, and I found that that's a good thing that like I don't really need to pay attention to. You know, that's the hurdle. That's the problem, is you want content to put on to just be noise in the background, and the danger is that it'll be too interesting and you'll find yourself having to like pay attention to it instead of the work you want to be doing.
I do that all the time. I was doing that with Critical Role, and it just got too interesting, and so I just tabbed back over to it. You just got to listen to like music, just like lo-fi, instrumental. Just something to music. Occupy the sound space.
Music doesn't do that for me. Music doesn't like occupy. I mean, sometimes it does.
Sometimes I'll use like rainy mood. I'll just put on like, like a thunderstorm like on loop for like 30 hours and just do that.
I use that to sleep.
I do that to sleep sometimes too. Just like some sort of ambient noise. I don't know. Just like real silence bothers me. It's like
it doesn't bother me if I start working on something and I actually like get into working on it. It doesn't matter if like it's quiet or not. I don't even notice. But like when I'm starting, I feel like it's like harder for me to start because I feel like, it's quiet. Like my mind isn't occupied. Like I need something. It's like the fact that there's no noise is like distracting almost.
Yeah.
I
find that like in the beginning, I need something to kind of like occupy that part of my brain. Then I'll get into it for a while, but like usually within like a half an hour to 45 minutes, my brain will start to drift regardless of what I'm doing, unless I'm like stuck on something. If I'm having like a problem, like my brain will just laser focus on trying to get that fixed while like raging. But other than that, like my brain always starts to drift. And if I have something that's interesting on in the background, like, like Critical Role or like YouTube videos or something, I'll just like drift back towards that and forget what I was doing. And then 2 hours later, I'm like, why am I watching Best of the Worst episode 75 for the 5th time? I should be working. So like music is just the safe thing. Cause like I'll just open the tab and it'll be the little raccoon walking down the sidewalk, and I'll be like, yep, she's still walking, and then I can go back and do what I'm doing.
I'm supposed to be working
right now. So bad.
I'm supposed to be working.
I woke up today at 11. I was like, I got like 4 hours to work on my secret project before the podcast starts. But then I didn't, and I went and got food, and then I don't even know what happened.
The podcast is just the worst. The podcast is a nightmare. It fucks up your whole day, right?
It does for me. It does. It's in the middle of the day, so it's like it's not like you can get it out of the way early, or it's not like you can wrap everything up before it at night. It's just like no matter what you start or when you start it, it interrupts it.
Yeah, it's like lately I've seen a couple of like, haha relatable comics that I have been like, yes, it is relatable about like I saw one that was like, only I have to do something in 4 hours. Guess I can't. I can't do anything.
Yeah.
And the podcast does that every Sunday to me. I can't do anything before it because in like 6 hours from now I have to do the podcast, and then afterwards like, oh well, I have to go to sleep in like 5 hours from now, so I can't do anything.
I've been like trying to push myself through that, but something that helped me is like
Yeah.
after I did the PCP, I would usually also record the bonus podcast I do for my patrons on Sunday as well. So it's like another hour on top of that. I'm like, I got to move this to another day.
Yeah. I missed my patron podcast this month. I missed it. I failed them.
Oof.
But it's okay. I made an announcement. I said yes. I missed the Q&A. Yes, I missed the podcast. However, I'm gonna do another one after the demo of the secret thing is done. The patrons only like early version is done. And then I'll do a Q&A where I talk about that specifically. So I have a plan. It's all part of the plan.
I missed sending out the merch package for this quarter because I've been doing all these secret projects. So I just said to everyone on that tier on Patreon, I was like, I'll just do a double size next quarter. So in April, you'll get 2 t-shirts, 2 3D prints, 4 posters, and a bunch of other stuff instead of the 2 and 1s that I usually send.
I wanted to complain about problems I was encountering on the work, on the project with patrons, because I'm only talking to patrons about it. But so I went into my Discord because I have a patrons only channel and nobody was in there, and I was like, what is this? And I realized that Discord patron integration had been broken for like months.
What? Is it really?
Well, not in general, but just on my account.
Oh, okay. I was like, oh shit, I rely on that too.
My account had just like, I had set it up before, but like I look back and it just like isn't there anymore. It like it didn't know that it didn't have my server attached. It didn't have the like patron roles attached to it. So I fixed that, and then it dragged a bunch of people like into my server who I think had been in there and had left. I think they like weren't interested but they came back. And then, so I had a captive audience that I could complain to about, it's too hard though. It's too hard.
Or half of them just like, what the fuck are you talking about? I haven't been in here for 6 months.
I actually got some helpful feedback from a couple of them. It was good. It helped me cope. I was seething. At first I was seething, but afterwards I was successfully coping. So that was an improvement.
Excellent.
Yes.
I have too many secret projects right now. I'm working on 3.5 secret projects all at the same time.
You can't work on 3 at once?
I know, but I'm trying anyways. It sucks.
What? Why would you do this?
Because I only have 8 more years left before I turn 40, and I'm gonna kill myself because no one should be allowed to be that old. So I gotta make these less than a decade count.
We're gonna look like Prince Harry by then.
Oh God. Don't even say that. Have you?
Yeah.
Okay. Every time I go on the internet, I go on Twitter, and I realize like 19-year-olds are conscious. I'm just like, I am irrelevant. I am a fossil. I literally should be dead. It's the worst feeling of all time.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. It I know what you mean. It wouldn't bother me. It wouldn't bother me except that I don't know how to, I don't know. If I were still like doing my work, whatever, doing what I do, it would be fine. Except that I feel like I haven't found any new audience in a long time, and that really bothers me, and I don't know what to do about it.
Well,
I'm not growing.
I was
like the
thinking
fact that
about
the
that.
fact that I'm old doesn't bother me too much, except for the fact that I've gotten this old and yet I feel like I have not grown in a while.
Ben,
Am I stagnant
no,
now? That's the
you're doing the
problem.
same thing that I am, because it's the reason I haven't grown in any fashion either in the last like couple years. It's because we're both doing secret projects. Nobody knows what the fuck we're working on. The way to be
My
successful is you have to broadcast everything you're doing constantly.
That's true. That's true. That's true. Um, my secret project. I guess when mine is done, I can probably hype it up to a certain extent. I could see maybe getting a little bit of word of mouth buzz
I'm not
about it, just a
keeping
little
my
bit.
secret project secret until it's done. I'm just keeping it secret until it's at a state where there's something worth presenting. Because especially
Mm.
one of them right now is just so early that it would be boring to even talk about.
Well, I think mine isn't actually going to take me. I mean, if I keep working at the pace that I've been working on the last couple days, I think the early version will be done this week, and the final version. I mean, who know? I mean, it's one of those things where like I could work on it for another year and just keep like adding stuff, adding stuff, adding stuff, but like I won't do that.
I think mine are going to take at least 2 years.
Oh, okay. Mine's not like that. Mine's
Yeah.
not that big.
It's a nightmare.
Yeah, that is a nightmare. Oh my god.
And that's
Oh
like
my
the
god.
first of three. Like I have 3 projects I'm working on right now, but the biggest of the 3 is the smallest of a 3-part larger secret project that will probably take 20 years.
20 years.
Yeah.
20 years. You can't plan 20 years
I'm not.
ahead.
I'm not even thinking about the rest of it, but just like thinking about like how slow I work.
There's not even gonna be.
Yeah, like
there's
I'm dead
not
in
even
8
gonna
years,
be
so
in
I'm
America
fucked,
in
you know?
20 years. Yeah, exactly.
So that's never going to happen. So I'm not thinking about it. But
Speaking of the collapse of America, I did something a little crazy. I did something a little wacky.
oh yeah,
I sold my Bitcoin.
oh my god, really? Why?
I sold because I bought some last month with the plan that I would hold until the stimmy, thinking that the stimmy would cause a bump, which didn't really happen, but it went up anyway. But it was up to almost 62, and then it went down to like the mid 50s, and then it went back up to like the high 50s. And I was looking at this kind of wobbling, and I was like, I expect a crash at some point. I don't know if it'll be immediate, but like sometime this year, I expect that it will drop significantly. And I think I've gained a little bit. I've made a little money from the rise. And the last time I held, I could have just held and held and held, but I also could have just sold earlier and I would have made money there too. The reason why I didn't make money earlier was that I held too long.
Mm-hmm.
And I was thinking maybe now's the time to like sell so I can lock in what gains I've made and wait for, I mean, I could be wrong. Maybe there won't be any crash, but if there is, maybe now's the time to try and like beat it out. So that's what I did. I sold at about 58. And it has gone down a little bit since then. It's at 57.4. So
Yeah.
I feel like I don't know. I feel good. I feel good having sold. I'm kind of done. I'm like done with it for now.
I don't understand why Bitcoin is so valuable other than it was the first, like the novelty of it. Cause like everything that's happening in the crypto space seems to be built on top
I literally
of Ethereum.
think that's it.
So like,
Really?
yeah, like the whole NFT thing we were talking about last week, that's all built on top of Ethereum and things like that. Like I was watching some stuff about Ethereum in general, and they were saying how like Ethereum was built because Bitcoin wasn't sophisticated enough to build more applications on top of it. So Ethereum was built because Bitcoin sucked. And for some reason, Bitcoin's worth like 60 times the amount. And it makes no sense.
I think the common sense answer, I think the obvious answer is the right one. I just think it's the first one that more people know about.
Yeah.
And that's it. That's it.
I think like so
even
many
though
people
because it was
don't,
the first one, it's less sophisticated.
Yeah, I think people just don't understand crypto, like including me. So like anytime something cool with the blockchain happens, I think people just attribute it to Bitcoin, even though it probably has nothing to do with it.
Yeah, for sure.
Because I'm sure if you talked about NFTs to most people, they'd be like, "Oh, the Bitcoin thing," and it's like, no, it has nothing to do with Bitcoin. And like, I didn't know that until I dug deeper and like started looking at it. So I don't fucking know. I keep thinking like, oh, maybe I should just like start investing hardcore in Ethereum because I feel like that's set to blow up soon. But this is the first time I've opened my stock portfolio in like a week and a half, and you know what?
Wow.
I just stopped caring. I'm in the red right now. I feel nothing.
Nice.
It's okay.
Nice.
Dogecoin is up to 0.57, so that means I still am up almost $300 of my initial investment.
Dogecoin. No, it's wait. Is it up? It looked like it was very gradually trickling down.
It's trickling down right now, but like from the last time I
bit.
looked at my portfolio, I mean, it was at 0.5 last time I looked. Now it's at 0.57.
Oh, okay. Wait, what is Ethereum? What is it? I'm trying to find my freaking. Okay, here's my Ethereum to Bitcoin. I don't care about that. What's Ethereum to USD? Show me Ethereum to USD.
Ethereum is 1,796 currently.
It is okay. It had the exact same bump as Bitcoin did.
They move almost in lockstep.
On the 14th, they both had like a pretty substantial little jump and then hold and then like an equal drop afterwards.
That's why I think
like
I think like people just equivalate all crypto stuff with Bitcoin. That's why like all the altcoins seems to just mirror it. I don't know. This is not legal financial advice. I have no fucking idea what I'm talking about. I'm just looking at tiny graphs on Robinhood.
It is like literally just that like when people are investing in one crypto, they are likely to invest in others at the same time, right? Is that why they move together?
Maybe. I feel like it's just like, I feel like cryptocurrency reminds me a lot of like Linux and open source in general. It's like totally open, so everybody can make their own like versions of it, but that just makes it so complicated that most people don't understand. You know?
Yeah.
It's like trying to explain to somebody the difference between Linux Mint and Debian. It's just like, aren't they Linux? It's like, yeah, but they're different.
It's like it's like trying to explain the difference between Gabba Goobu and Duba Gabba. It's like some people just don't understand what these things are,
including me. I just know that they're different. I don't know how.
Hey guys, what's going on?
Oh,
hey,
we're talking about stupid shit.
Oh. We're talking about Bitcoin. I sold all my Bitcoin.
Oh, you fucking fool. It's going to go to the moon.
Oh, you fucking paper hands. I think it's going to crash sometime this year.
Look, if it's going to crash, I want to be there when it happens.
What's GME at right now? I haven't looked at that.
Maybe down to like 30 or 40.
GME's still at $200. Holy shit.
You want to ride that roller coaster? Yeah, GME like fully recovered. It makes me so mad. I made... For reference, I made the money that I made back from this latest Bitcoin rally made up for about half of what I lost in GME. So like I was hoping it would fully recoup it, but I would rather recoup half of it than like wait for a crash and lose everything like I did last time.
If GME tanks again, maybe I'll buy some. There's apparently more life in this fucking.
I would say something, but like, what the fuck do I know? I sold my GME at $50, so like, don't listen to me.
I mean, what I was saying,
obviously, I'm an idiot.
I was saying like, trying to understand GME is like trying to understand why a slot machine lands on L7s. Like, it just seems completely arbitrary.
I mean, I know that the second rise had to do with like the previous president stepping down and a new one taking over, but I have no clue why that would cause the company to like quadruple in value. Like, what's so special about this guy? Like, maybe he's a good president, a good executive.
Before he became the president of the company, he like bought a fuck ton of the shares, and then I know like they landed a big deal with Microsoft. So they got a big cash infusion from Microsoft, and now they have like this partnership where like all Xboxes sold through GameStop, they get a cut of all digital sales from that console and shit like that. So there's like a big deal they're working on right now.
Okay, that makes a little more sense. Okay. All right.
Yeah, I don't know, fucking know. Money is dumb, and I hate it.
I mean, I love money, but I hate.
I love money, but I hate
it.
markets. You know, that's.
No, I like markets for non-essential things. I think markets are good in the abstract when they're not tied to an inelastic demand. Things like food.
What are
and
these
healthcare.
things you're saying?
I'm talking about.
Dude, I love rubber bands.
I'm doing Voshism. I'm doing market socialism. Vote for
yeah.
Biden.
If I use these words big enough that I've heard on live streams, people will think I know what I'm talking about.
I'm sorry, I don't have an opinion about that. Vosh hasn't done a stream on it yet. I won't. I refuse.
Unironically, there are tons of people who think like that, though.
I know. I have saying for a minute there, I was on a Destiny kick and then a Vosh kick, but I'm over it. I haven't even been keeping up with my favorite bread tuber, Big Joel.
Big Joel.
Big Joel. I love Big Joel. He's
Big
very
Joel
funny.
and Destiny got into a big fight. That was pretty funny.
I saw that. I didn't watch the stream, but I saw Big Joel's tweets about it, and Destiny seems like a huge asshole.
Destiny was being a huge, but he's just sort of...
Really?
Well, as far as I remember, it was Joel having like a take on something, and Destiny, they had a back and forth and they disagree, whatever. But afterwards, Joel was like, well, that was that, and I don't agree with Destiny, and Destiny said Joel was a fucking scumfuck piece of shit for, like, saying that on Twitter afterwards. Like, he's a lying scumfuck, and I was like, wait, Destiny, you are using words that are so overblown for the situation all the time.
I saw the tweets that were posted afterwards, and it seemed like, because he was, like, trying to be conciliatory on stream, and then he got off, he's like, this sounds so... I guess if you want to care about your fucking CD player or something, I think there's some, like, shit like that. You know what?
Yeah.
I'm talking about this, and I realized that A, it meant so little to me that I barely remember the circumstances, and B, I don't give a single fuck. So I'm
going back and forth.
Invested in Big Joel. I'm invested in Big Joel. I'm pro Joel and anti Destiny now, so I'm committed. I have a team.
I've been going back and forth on Destiny. I mean, for a while there, I thought after that big row he and Vosh had about where Destiny just seemed so unreasonable and so unwilling, and I was just like, you piece of shit, I don't like you now. And then I watched another video of his where he was like converting like a right-leaning person's perception.
That's old Destiny.
I know that's where Destiny is good. Where he's
old Destiny was good.
No, it's not. It wasn't old. It was a very recent stream where
it's almost like people are nuanced, and you can agree with certain positions they hold and disagree with other positions.
I mean, that's like if he's talking to a right winger, then like obviously he seems good in comparison, but then he talks to like a socialist, and he's like, but actually, like, deadly force should be used in the
he's not by the
state in support of capital or whatever.
It's just that I feel like his methods of being the way he is speaks more to right-leaning people and gets them to engage with ideas they wouldn't otherwise engage with, more so than like other like Vosh. Vosh does it as well, but when Destiny talks to a right-leaning person, they're more likely.
Alt-left pipeline?
Huh?
Is Destiny the first stop on the alt-left pipeline?
I think for a lot of people he is, because I mean, the whole JonTron thing got a lot of people who are just fans of JonTron and not political in any way to first they were mad at him, but if they actually watched it, they'd be like, oh, John, that doesn't sound right. And then they start to doubt the people they idolize, and then that gets a lot of people thinking different.
If I can't trust JonTron, then what's left for me?
I was so hesitant to hate on JonTron because I wasn't a political person at all. I didn't really do any of that stuff. And he was funny. He said
it's JonTron. Because it's JonTron. Like, he's not a bad guy. Like, he's a funny guy. He's just a chubby, funny guy.
He's not technically a white nationalist. He never just says the things that they say.
He would never say anything terrible. He would he can't he can't have any fucked up ideas or anything.
Yeah, it's like
no
moments like that.
Because if he did, that would mean that such things are deeply ingrained in our culture in a way that's invisible and insidious. And that would be fucked up.
It would?
Yeah.
So I think
And I don't
Destiny
think anything is fucked
has
up.
worth in that aspect of like moving
Sure.
people to the left. Generally, on a lot of other
Sure.
things, he's kind of an annoying asshole.
He's a lib. It's literally
I
just
know
the
that.
problem is that he's a lib, so he looks good in comparison to right wingers and bad in comparison to lefties, and like that's it. So when he's talking to a MAGA kid or whatever, it's like, haha, he got the dunk in. He got the dunk.
I don't think he's like a terrible person, but his like stances in like no, but I would early on hate Destiny as a person because of the way he would interact with people. And that's not a good way to hate someone, you know? Like, you should hate someone for having, like, disagreements, but, like, being able to have fun with them anyway, because they're kind of... He's alright. Like, when he's a human being, he's not, like, the worst person ever. Like, I've flip-flopped on, like, the extent to which I hate a person like Destiny. I'm like, you know what? Ultimately, he's a guy. I shouldn't get too worked up about Destiny this or that.
Exactly.
No. I reached a point where I had heard enough. I had heard enough fucking debates on the internet.
Yeah.
I know everything already.
Unsubbed from all the debates. I blocked all the recommendations for them on my YouTube. And literally the next day, I felt better because I didn't see bad ideas anymore. I was like, oh my god, this is a great idea. Holy shit.
The time people spend listening to debate bros on Twitch would be better spent investing in Bitcoin and buying.
Doesn't take that long to do that. You just click a few buttons.
It is if you're bad.
The more time you spend investing in Bitcoin, the better your results will be. I promise.
I just see, instead of seeing Destiny and Vosh stream recommendations on my YouTube, I just see like every episode of Best of the Worst now. I'm like, life is good again. This is great.
Can you block certain channels on YouTube?
Yeah, you just like click the little dots on the thumbnail and you go, don't recommend channel. And it's like, okay. And then it never shows up again.
But I might start doing that.
It's incredible because every time you see like some stupid viral video that like somehow got back in the algorithm, you're just like, never show me this again. It's like,
what really bugs me is Twitter. Twitter has started recommending me like topics.
Oh yeah, I've got those as well.
It didn't use. It keeps.
Well, did you install the Better Twitter plugin yet?
I'll do that right now. How do I do that?
Just search for Better Twitter.
It tried to get me to follow Elon Musk as a topic the other day, and I have never been so insulted in my entire life. I have never been more disgusted. You can tell it to not recommend you that topic anymore, but it will continue to recommend you other topics.
I think the only like weird thing about the Better Twitter plugin is that when it blocks stuff, it doesn't like get rid of the space. It's just a gap of like what would be there, and it's just blank, which is kind of weird, but it's also good because it gives you a moment to be like, wait a minute.
You can appreciate that the software is doing something.
What am I doing with my life right now? I'm just like scrolling for the last 15 minutes, and now there's just nothing there to distract my brain. I realize what I'm doing. I'm like, I have better things to do in my life right now. So it's kind of a power move in disguise.
Yeah.
Okay. Better Twitter, hide retweets, refresh. Oh, I don't even need to refresh. Wow, there's nothing here. It's all gone.
Your entire timeline just destroyed.
Better Twitter is just nothing.
Yeah.
That says a lot.
It's a better version. Yeah. Makes you think. Thought provoking. Oof. Ugh. Gib, did you forget about daylight savings time?
I didn't forget. I was having a wolf. I was wolf pilling my parents.
I don't know what the fuck that means.
That sounds terrifying.
That sounds terrible.
You know Wolfpack? I must have talked about it before.
No.
It's a band, like a funky, like a contemporary funky comedy, not comedy, but like really good musicians. And
I don't think you've ever mentioned this before.
I've definitely mentioned it, but maybe it didn't stick because it wasn't that interesting at the time. But wolf pilling is when you show people the Wolfpack Live at Madison Square Garden concert, and then they go, oh, it's so cool and good, and then they love it. That's how I was doing that. I was busy.
I clicked over to it, and there's a guy going into a little saxophone. And
tiny instruments.
Oh, it is a tiny saxophone.
It was him and Chris
he's plucking a violin.
No, that's a mandolin, I think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's Chris Thiel and another guy. I'm not sure what his name is. But I know these guys from YouTube videos. I found them. I was looking at music. Music's cool. Wolfpack is great. They do lots of instrumental and funky and soulful stuff that's wholesome and cool. And they're very, very, very talented. Go listen to the Wolfpack. It's like Wolfpack, but not.
Oh, he's really going. He's really going on that mandolin. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, they're having a battle. They're battling. Oh, they're riffing. Okay.
Yeah.
I get it.
So we put that on the TV,
Cool.
and my parents were like, "Oh, wow! Like, what year is this? Is 1970? Because music these days sucks. They couldn't even believe it was 2019 that was filmed.
Culture death. Yeah. Like, whoa, things.
I've never
still making real music in the year of our Lord 2020.
It's because it's like my parents, they don't use YouTube, and so much new cool music is on YouTube, but it's not like on TV. They would never see something like Wolfpack ever. But people like me, who are hip and trendy, do see it. I'm all in the know on the cool new bands that are around, like Wolfpack and Lewis Cole and stuff.
Damn, you must be popular.
No. Despite all my music knowledge, my existence is meaningless.
Cringe, but also based. What else? What else is up? Before you showed up, we were talking about all our secret projects and shit like that, and not saying anything because they're too secret to be discussed.
Yeah, it's a great topic for a podcast where you can't say anything.
Beautiful.
Interesting. Yeah.
Did you see my little Clarissa animation I made?
No.
It was on Twitter. It was just like she gets her gun out. She gets her gun out. I just thought that was nice. But if you haven't seen it, I will grab it.
God, I need to learn to animate so bad.
Oh wait.
Oh,
I see it. Oh yeah.
Yeah, just a little thing. I wasn't feeling so good over the last week.
Yeah.
So I didn't really manage to do anything, but I just picked up, because Procreate on iPad has like a animation assist thing where each layer becomes like an onion skin for another layer. So I just do the little thing, and I was like, yeah, it's pretty good. I guess I still have like skill in that area.
The follow through on the holster is really good.
Oh yeah, didn't you like study animation like at school?
Like I got a degree in it, like, or something.
Oh my!
Wow, weird.
It's almost like I should be incredible, but I'm not. I'm just sort of alright.
It's good. It's good follow through. Wait, did she get shot in the head at the end?
Yeah, she dies.
Damn. I wasn't sure if it was her shooting her own gun and being like, whoa! Or, okay, now I know. I think I've been more productive this week, and the reason why was because I had a game of Noida that went really, really far, and it took me I spent like a day and a half just like having the furthest game of Noida I've played. And when I finally died, I was like, I'm sick of this shit. No more. And I haven't played Noida since, and it's good. Cause that shit can eat up your whole day if you let it.
That's video games.
That's video games. I mean, that game, it literally took me like 30 hours, and I think I just stayed up for like 30 hours straight. Just,
oh my god.
Just becoming annoyed at God. By the end, I had these like teleporting wands with like modifiers to make the teleport spells like have really low duration. So I would just hold down the button and just like machine gun out like short teleport spells that would just make me like across the screen, like so I could just like shoot across the entire world in like a minute. But like because like you can't really control the direction. You're like spazzing around the screen. You're like up, down, left, but like generally sort of making progress in a leftward or rightward or upward direction. And just going around and like shooting, like I had a wand that would shoot out like a big like shotgun spread of black holes that would just eat like all the terrain in front of me, and I was just like going through these caverns just like just annihilating, like literally annihilating all the terrain in front, just like just going through the world, just erasing it behind me. It was pretty cool. But then I touched some polymorphine and I died, which is pretty much the only thing that can kill you at that point in the game. And that's what happened.
Wow.
Sad. Yeah, boy. But after like 30 hours sunk into it, when I died, I was kind of like, I'm glad. Like, thank you. I'm free and I hate this game now. For a while anyway. The spell is broken. I haven't looked at it since. It turns out all I had to do to break my Noida addiction was just indulge it so hard that I don't know, things just fix themselves for no reason.
It, you know?
Yeah, basically. It's like cigarettes, you know. You got to smoke all these cigarettes now. You got to smoke the whole. You got to smoke the whole carton, and then that'll teach you, kid. That's definitely how it works. I saw it on TV. Yeah.
I found this. Well, I didn't find it. Somebody posted it, and I was like, "Oh, that sounds like fun." It's a geography. What is it? Online.cetera.com. It's a guess or find where the country is on the map. Every single country on the earth, and click on it. And you get 3 tries before it just tells you where it is. And if you get it right immediately, it's like bright, it goes white. But if you get it wrong, it becomes red. And you have to fill in the entire world. And I played this, and I realized how pathetic my knowledge of geography of particularly Africa is. And I'm like, Africa was just like, you know, you don't learn about Africa in school.
Africa's a real place?
There's so many countries in Africa, and like they're so big. There's no way they're like the same country. They're not even slightly similar. There's so much, you know, landmass there. So I went on like a geography learning binge. I went to just a random like country in Africa that I got completely wrong. Didn't know what it was, what the flag was, you know, whatever. Some of them I thought were like in South America or like fucking the Middle East or whatever. I'm dumb. It was so embarrassing. And I picked a flag.
Oh, God.
I picked a flag, and then I just Wikipedia'd it, and then I just looked into it, and then I feel like I want to do that for every country that I got wrong. I just want to know the shape of the country, the flag, and a little bit about the culture of it and like the history. Yesterday, I was looking at Mali, which is like north west Africa, and that's like got a cultural like story about like an emperor who appears to have inspired the Lion King. I'm not sure whether that's true, but he was called the Lion King. He's like the emperor of Mali, of the Mali Empire,
Wow.
and he was like, you know, all that stuff. And that was cool. And then I was looking into like, what was the rape of Africa actually? Like, what happened? Why did that happen? And I looked into like how Africa was divvied up between European nations who were just like carving up the land to get resources because of a economic depression. They thought, well, we'll just rape Africa. Let's do it. And they fought over Africa.
Why not?
And they split it up, and that's where some of the weird borders in Africa that are completely straight lines, that's the Europeans. I mean, all of the... Before Africa was, like, divvied up into those countries, they had, like, empires that overlapped each other. There were no, like... The entirety of Africa was not owned by any individual, like, country. It wasn't, like, split up, which is weird to look at as a map, because it's, like, there's a big blob there that is no one's there, apparently. There's not even no borders, no government, no nothing. Just little smaller blobs that don't even fill the entirety of the landmass of Africa. Like, what the fuck? I've never even considered that you can have a world where the borders don't technically like line up to touching each other. But that's like the ultimate like if you try to conquer the world and everybody's got a stake and everybody has a flag and everybody's fighting, eventually all the borders will touch. It didn't need to be like that. That was just interesting. I was just on a big learning curve, learning time. That's why I posted that tweet of me learning. It was so fun to learn so much. I felt so good about it.
I'm on the site right now. Okay, it gave me a bunch of like hardballs right off the bat.
There's so many countries in the world.
What the fuck is San Marino?
Yeah, it includes like tiny islands that are technically their own nations as well, or like groups of islands as well. So like
fucking Liechtenstein.
Liechtenstein is in the middle of Europe, I think. Yeah,
it is. It's between.
I thought Luxembourg
Switzerland,
was Liechtenstein, but apparently
I think
not.
it's between Switzerland and is that Hungary? Oh God, I thought I knew everything. Okay, Latvia, I know where Latvia is. Netherlands, I know where Netherlands is. Luxembourg, it's one of these cities. No, it's this tiny little thing. Yeah, next to something. Okay, I'm a fucking genius.
So I wanted to, I would encourage everyone to go to this link and play this game, see what you know about the world, because it's fun, just like having some reason to look into something, because there's so much information out there, and learning is fun. I didn't know that. Huh. You ever hear about learning?
Fucking Bulgaria, Hungary, Slovenia. These aren't real.
Yeah, they are. They're in the Eurovision Song Contest, and we always lose. UK always loses the Eurovision Song Contest because they hate us.
What the fuck is that?
It's the
what the fuck is that?
It's a song contest that is it's like the Olympics but for singing and in Europe, but it includes Russia and Australia.
So it's like Europe's Got Talent.
I guess Russia is Europe, but it's like stretches all the way to other parts of the world.
Mm-hmm.
Russia's so big.
Cyprus.
Yeah, Cyprus.
It's that tiny little. Why is Cyprus considered Europe? It's like south of fucking Turkey.
Turkey's in the Eurovision Song Contest as well. It is.
I guess Turkey is considered a part of the Middle East / Northern Africa. Like, why is Turkey not part of Europe, but Cyprus is? That's insane.
Oh, the only ones in Africa I remember getting was Egypt, South Africa, the Central African Republic, for obvious reasons, because they just tell you where they are, and then like Algeria, and the rest I didn't know.
What the fuck is Andorra? That sound. Oh, like I saw Avatar. I remember Andorra.
Uruguay. I know where that is because it's funny.
Okay, it's between France and Spain.
Croatia, I know
where Croatia is.
Then would be like talking about things that nobody can see.
Well, that's what I do every fucking day when I read. Wait, okay, let's check out how Bitcoin's doing. Oh, 57,874.
Yeah, our podcast is really good at those kind of
57900. 57900. 578. Actually, wait, I want it to go down. Because I sold. 866.
I keep forgetting Chad is in Africa. I thought Chad was like in the Middle East.
I know. I know that one. I know that one because it has a funny name. Some of these European countries are made up. I don't believe in. No, that's not Slovenia. That's Bosnia Herzegovina. Okay, sure. Slovakia. No, that's Moldova. Oh. Italy. That's like I don't know. I give up. Too hard. United Kingdom, never heard of it. Lithuania, I know that one. Poland, I know that one. Bosnia Herzegovina, I just clicked it, but I forget. Switzerland, bam. Albania, I'm like, fuck. I'm like almost done, so I got Vatican City, done. Estonia, no, there, I've been there. Austria, it's one of these two. Yeah, there we go. Czech Republic, okay, it's the other one. Iceland, Done. Ukraine, I know that one. Ireland, bam. 55%. I'm a fucking god. I am a fucking god of geography. Here, wait. I'll post. Eleazar, put my map in the episode so they can see how good I did at geography.
Is that just Europe?
That's more. Yeah, just Europe.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
that's more than 55%.
You can do like the North America, South America, different areas. I did the entire world thing, and I got I don't know, 13% the first time. I was like, oh god, embarrassing.
I'm sure I would probably be pretty good with South America. The Middle East and Africa I would probably struggle with, and like Southern Asia. Who fucking knows? Who fucking knows about all these? Why not just have one big country like America? You know? Why not just make one big ol' country that's bigger and that's better? In my opinion.
Your ideas have merit, but I don't like the cut of your
Thank
jib,
you.
so you're gonna die now.
Oh, yeah. Solid.
Shit.
Tuvalu? What the fuck?
Tuvalu?
Tuvalu. Oh, I actually got it in the third try, lol.
Such a place.
It's an island.
In Africa?
No, it's an island near fucking Indonesia.
I see.
Vietnam, I know that.
I actually don't know where Vietnam is exactly, or like what it looks like.
It's just below China, and it's on the coast.
Oh, okay. That makes sense. All right.
Yeah, anyway.
Let's move on from where is the country.
Thank you all for learning with us today.
Yeah.
Thank you all.
Type in the comments how much you've learned. Go learn something and then come back and say, I learned this. This is an educational podcast now.
Here before someone said, I learned Ben's bad with Bitcoin.
No. You laugh now, but the dip is coming. The dip is coming.
Well, here's the thing. If you do one thing and I do the opposite, at least one of us might get rich.
That's a good idea for a podcast. You guys just always do the opposite of everything each episode. Someone's always right. And you call it the Always Right podcast.
If you always right. One person, that'd be so bad. Like one person buys tons of Bitcoin, the other one sells it,
doesn't buy
it. Doesn't.
Doesn't buy it. Buys something else. It's like one of us made the better investment. One of us was right.
Christ.
You can either buy or not. And if you don't and it goes up, you feel sad.
Wait, okay. Well, it would be like, okay, one person invests like, I don't know, maybe $1,000 into Bitcoin, and the other person just has a pot of like $1,000 USD, and then, you each start with a pot that you pay that you set aside for yourself, and then one sells when the other buys, and vice. Yeah, you could do it. It would be great.
And the PCP, the only podcast where we have ideas for better podcasts on our show.
One ends up rich and the other ends up poor, and then the rich one buys the poor one
into servitude. And then they start a Let's Play channel.
And then they get a new guy in to be the new other guy. He's got to buy in his own pot, and then the goal, and whoever wins that contest buys the other two, and it's just like a rolling ball. And like each time a new person ends up owning all the other ones until they become a multinational corporation.
Yeah.
And then they start a Let's Play channel. And then they start a service. They start like a video streaming service, like Polaris or something, or a network. They start some shady fucking pyramid scheme.
Yeah, the PC pyramid scheme.
The PC pyramid scheme. That's right. How far are we in? We're an hour in. Should we start voicemails?
I don't mind.
I don't know if I have anything.
You just got here, good.
I just got
it. I don't have that much to talk about either.
I'm
floundering.
Heard of fucking Gorillas? You ever heard of Gorillas, the band?
Oh, I thought you meant the apes.
The primates? No. These are two-dimensional.
They're these big man beasts.
They're pretty crazy.
Oh,
I heard about the
favorite primate.
gorillas.
Favorite primate, say.
Favorite primates?
Yeah.
Jeez, there's so many to choose from.
Gonna have to go
Probably
with human.
Probably
Oh,
something
lame.
like a maybe
Got
like a
him.
lemur. Is a lemur a primate?
Yeah. Monkeys and apes and all that. It's just,
Lemurs are pretty cool.
Lemurs are
yeah, I like lemurs because I think monkeys and apes in general are pretty ugly, but lemurs like just look like they're sort of like a cute like cat looking thing, so I think they're like less off-putting.
yeah, they're sort of
True.
almost squirrely.
Yeah.
And they're
Yeah,
in the
probably
Madagascar film.
I don't like monkeys. They're kind of gross, actually.
are.
Yeah, okay. All right.
They
I'm
got that
glad it's not
uncanny
just me.
valley thing going on, you know?
They do. Yucky.
Predictably, my favorite is the gibbon.
Mmm.
I didn't see the text
Right.
on this GIF. Yeah, that's me.
Mikey going to get his goth.
Just the way they
No,
hold
he's
their
pretty-
hands up.
he's
They're
pretty
so
good.
such long arms. They're like, whoa. I gotta put
Does
them
he not have
somewhere,
a-
otherwise they'll drag on the ground.
Do they
true.
not have tails?
No, gibbons are they're like teddy bears.
That's pretty good. He's got his fucking like ice climber's face.
Yeah, he's got like a built-in parka.
Yeah,
Built-in-
it's like an
built-in
owl
hood.
or something.
This just reminds me of all the way back in the day on the furry episode of the PCP, where one of you guys said that my persona was an orangutan, and I've never forgotten.
I think that was me.
I think it was you, actually.
It's because you're lanky.
I know, to this day, I'm just like, oh no, this is why I can't ever go outside. No one wants to see an orangutan in the store.
I'm sorry. Orangutans. I promise it's not because you're as hideous as an orangutan.
Look at
I'm
these
pretty
fucking,
close, though.
Look at these
Was
guys.
that a heart wipe?
They love each other.
Incredible.
heart?
I
Wait,
need to
I
find
missed
my
it. I wanna see
orangutan
the heart
GF,
wipe.
I guess.
Oh, these guys. Ew. God, look at them. Ew. Freaks.
This is what
They're
you see when you see me?
freaks. I thought they were bigger. They're so short.
They're probably like different types. I think the kind of orangutan that have the weird like flesh, like side head things.
The weird
maybe I
flesh
wasn't-
side head.
Maybe I wasn't thinking of an orangutan. What is King Louie in Jungle Book? What kind of monkey is
He's
he
an
with like the
orangutan.
really
He's an
long
orangutan.
arms? Is he an orangutan?
He's
Okay.
just a idealized Disney orangutan, and not the real
Yeah.
nightmares we
What-
have to share the earth
why-
with.
Why do
They
some of
are
them look like
nightmares.
this? What is that going on there? What is?
That is incredible.
I feel like it might be an alpha male thing. Like the alpha male grows those on the side of its head, and then everyone else
Does
is
it?
just normal.
Is that
Oh,
really
like
what happens?
like a lion's mane
Yeah,
or something.
or maybe it's different types. I'm
That
gonna
guy
go
looks
learn some
powerful.
stuff. Hashtag learning.
Whoa! This is just a learn podcast now,
Okay,
where we look at things the viewers can't see and talk about
Okay.
them.
The name
These are-
orangutan means man of the forest in the Malay language.
man of the forest. In what language?
in Malay,
Malay.
Malaysia.
Flanged male Bornean, Sumatran, and Tapanuli. Okay, so some orangutans are called flanged, which means they have the
The flange.
okay. The flange. Look at this. This guy. These are the same type, adult male and female Tapanuli orangutans. So I think it is a male-female thing.
That orangutan
Maybe.
has a sick beard. I'm gonna give him that.
Yeah,
does.
damn.
He does.
It's pretty powerful.
Hmm.
You know, I'm turning around on this.
I wonder if this is where
If-
gingers came from.
Oh, wait a minute. Look at this. Okay, these ones. We've got a flanged and an unflanged male here. Oh, it's like circumcision. You know,
What?
some of them have their flanges cut off and then they lose sensation.
Oh no!
I don't. Are you just saying that? Where are you reading?
Of
this?
course, yes.
Okay.
Yes, no. No, yeah, some orangutans they do facial circumcision. It's like a
They've learned how to
It's-
use
we
tools,
didn't-
but only for that.
yeah, orangutans are the original Hebrew rabbis that invented the practice actually.
Oh,
Oh, that's where it comes from.
we're learning a lot today.
And Yeah, I can't really make out a clear rhyme or reason to like which ones of them are fucked up in the face.
They're not fucked up. They're just big.
I mean, compared to
They're
the
all-
other face, that's an improvement. Let's be real.
They're all.
It does look
fucked
like
up.
they have mumps. A little bit.
Control F. Flange.
Sometimes I see
A
weird
Control
things like
F
that in
fucked up
nature.
face.
Yeah.
Okay. Adult males may develop distinctive cheek pads or flanges. Younger males do not and resemble. Okay, so I don't think it's all types of orangutans males get the flanges, but only the males get it. And like in some strains of the
That is bizarre. I wonder what the evolutionary
species.
advantage of that is that caused it to stick.
Okay. They may exhibit. Males become sexually mature around age 15. They may exhibit arrested development by not developing the distinctive cheek pads, pronounced throat pouches, long fur, or long calls. I don't know what a call is. Until a resident dominant male is absent. The transformation from unflanged to flanged can occur quickly. Flanged males attract females in estrus with their characteristic long calls, which may also suppress development in younger males. What the fuck? Are you fucking kidding me?
That doesn't sound real.
What this is saying is that in a fucking orangutan tribe, one, like the fucking patriarch orangutan has a flanged face, and all the other males are just like, they go unflanged. And then if that like top flanged guy dies, then like one of the other guys is like, I'm the new daddy now. And then his face will fucking transform.
I'm the new giant rat.
How?
He becomes the new giant rat. How?
That's like if in humans, like there was just like one muscular guy, and if he died, someone randomly
Yes,
in your
someone
town
else
just
gets
became
huge.
muscular.
Wait, look at this. This is insane. Listen to this. Unflanged males wander widely in search of estrus females, and oh my god, and upon finding one will force copulation on her, the occurrence of which
What?
is unusually high among mammals. Females prefer to mate with the fitter flanged males and seek their company for protection. Non-ovulating females do not usually resist copulation with unflanged males, as the chance of conception is low. Resident males may form consortships that last for days, weeks, or months after copulation. Homosexual behavior has been recorded in the context of both affiliative and aggressive interactions. Holy shit.
So is this like
We've
like,
officially learned too much on this podcast now.
If you don't have the flange, then you're basically an incel orangutan.
Yes.
It's
yes,
literally
that's what it
virgins
is.
and chads. It's
It's
real.
literally virgins and
It's
chads.
just biology, guys. That's what we've learned today.
Guys, if you're a chad, put like flanged in your bio.
if you're flanged, all the fucking bitches want your dick, and if you're unflanged, you fucking form a fucking roving rape gang.
Or you have
that's
to
left
kill the
you.
flanged. You got to kill him so you can become the new flanged.
I wonder if that happens. I wonder if, because I know in like silverback tribes, like the younger males will like challenge the silverback for like dominance. I wonder if that happens in orangutans.
Is it weird that nature literally puts a target on the face of the alphas of orangutans? Like,
it just leads your fists.
you have like double the chance of getting headshots.
That's why
on
they're
that guy.
they're such chads. Is because like they the only way to be the coolest is to to be susceptible to like assassination. That's
Yeah.
like the power move. Is like
His
I don't give a
headshot
fuck.
hitbox is twice as big.
Flange grow.
What the fuck?
I'm trying to find.
Ben, you know how you said you played so much Noida, you just couldn't stand it anymore? We're
Yeah.
overdosing on learning right now to the point where I don't want to learn
No,
anymore.
we could always learn more. There's always more to learn.
Okay, I'm reading about their social life. Adult males are dominant over subadult males. Yeah, okay. Orangutans will form traveling groups between different food sources. Consortships between an adult male and a female. Social grooming is uncommon among orangutans. Well, that's good.
This knowledge makes the Planet of the Apes movies so much more scary.
They might just be like serial rapists, but at least they don't groom each other. So,
You wouldn't find them on a Discord.
Okay, it seems like maybe they don't really form like big tribes. So maybe it's not like one flanged male like sort of dominates, like in the gorillas have like the one silverback kind of like dominates everything. I think orangutans like more live on their own.
Yeah,
so maybe it's not so
pairs.
much that like
they start out in a jungle biome, they build their house, and you know, they kill creepers. Oh man. They get they go to the nether and they play Minecraft. They play some Minecraft and monkeys. Orangutans play Minecraft.
Okay. I think orangutans disperse and establish their home ranges by age 11. Females tend to settle close to their mothers, while males disperse much farther, but may include their natal birth range within their new home range. They enter a transient phase, which lasts until a male... which lasts until a male can challenge and displace a dominant resident male from his home range. Both resident and transient orangutans aggregate on large fruiting trees. The fruit... Yeah, okay.
So they have like individual little areas and then a village where they all eat fruit.
They all kind of they have individual zones that are theirs, but they all sort of consort with one another in like a wider.
Are you saying they all get on jungle Twitter and fight each other just like we do?
Except they use their fists.
Yeah, which is way cooler.
As God intended.
Exactly.
Yeah. This I don't know. So what do we think? Has this made us more or less inclined to return to Monk? It's a real mixed bag, I think.
Yeah, it's their strengths and weaknesses.
Strengths and weak.
Unflanched males have relatively low levels of testosterone. Interesting.
I like that they just kind of like they hit beta. They hit like adolescence, and then they're like, well, I'm out, and they just go and like find a little like tree clearing and like, this is mine now. But like they still kind of like hang out with like you know, there are other orangutans around, and they have like neighbors. They're like, oh hey, can I borrow a cup of sugar?
It's the equivalent of having full enchanted diamond armor.
Man. all this learning about orangutan society really makes that first gif with the heart wipe kind of insidious.
Oh yeah, he's an unflanged. God, he's manipulating her.
Yeah.
Orangutans communicate with various sounds. Males will make long calls to attract... Okay, by call they mean like an actual, like, they're yelling. Males will make long...
What about their iPhones and get on like an hour-long phone call?
I don't know. I thought maybe it was like a term for some part of their anatomy that like humans don't have. Like a turkey's waddle. Like a waddle or so. I don't know, maybe. Males will make long calls both to attract females and to advertise themselves to other males. What? Just to let them know, like, hey guys, don't fuck around. I'm here.
Yeah.
These are divided into 3 parts. They begin with grumbles, climax with pulses, and end with bubbles.
What did you say?
Both. I said the call begins with grumbles, climaxes with pulses, and ends with bubbles. Both sexes will try to intimidate conspecifics with a series of low guttural noises known collectively as the rolling call. When annoyed, an orangutan will suck in air through pursed lips, making a kissing sound known as the kiss squeak. Mothers produce throat scrapes to keep in contact with their offspring. What? Oh, my son, you haven't answered my throat scrapes in months. What are you doing? Are you eating well? Infants make soft hoots when distressed. Orangutans are also known to produce smacks or blow raspberries when making a nest. Okay. So they just make a bunch of weird sounds all the time. Is what
The fucking kissing noise.
They just sound like freaks. That's
freaks.
Gross. They are freaks. They're demons. The forest demons.
Yeah, I don't want to return to Monk Day anymore.
Yeah, so Tom, that's you. Basically, that's you, by the way.
Yeah.
This is why
I've just become more and more subtly insulted by Ben's comment from 5 years ago.
I read this and I
uninformed by all this information.
I read this and I think Tommy Oliver.
Yeah, you know. can I say?
He's been known to produce smacks or blow raspberries when making a nest. I think.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you caught me.
He's been known to begin with grumbles, climax with pulses, and end with bubbles.
Yeah,
that's
hasn't everybody at least once? Just me? Oh, shit.
It's relatable. Yeah. Relatable orangutan. It's like orangutan relatable comics is like, oh, that feel when oh, your mother is throat scraping at you. Oh God. I'm trying to force copulation, Mom. I'm not flanged yet already. Oh, are you flanged yet, honey? No, Mom. I'm working on it. I'm finding a dominant male to challenge. God. This is fucked up. This is too fucked up.
Learning.
Voicemails?
Yeah, save me.
Okay.
Wait, voicemails might be even worse. Shit.
Yeah, it just so happens that all the voicemails are about orangutans, and there's complete coincidence.
It never ends.
Do you have them open? Are we ready to go?
Hey.
You gotta look at it. You gotta look at the voicemails for us to listen
more
to
than one
them.
page.
Yeah, let's keep a brisk pace up on these,
please.
All right, I think like the first one is Munchy Crab Rave. Are we seeing this? I'm seeing
it.
Okay, 3, 2, 1, go.
I had just finished chugging a Bang Energy. It was a new flavor, Power Punch. It tasted like the sweetest syrup you could imagine.
Haven't had that one.
Reminded me of old times. Reminded me of Munchie. I thought I'd take a look at Munchie's channel, relive some old memories, rewatch an episode of Arm Retrieval, only to see it's all privatized, lost to time, like slime in bicarbonate rain, like pseudo-intellectual vlogs with magenta filters on them. I'm not asking for an apology. I'm not asking for forgiveness. I just want an explanation.
That you're talking about Munchie's channel. I don't know anything about that.
We're not in charge of it, unfortunately. In fact, I didn't even know the whole channel was privated.
Munchie,
I didn't know that Arm Retrieval was privated. I didn't know that.
Yeah, I learned that. I was like, oh. But Ethan's channel does have a cool thing from it. We find that. Yeah, what? Munchie just didn't want his stuff online anymore. That's as much of an explanation as we can give.
Yeah, that's pretty much all he said to any of us about it.
Yeah.
It is what it is. Yeah.
I think Munchie's experiencing what we all were happy we didn't, because we were like 7 years older, of like our entire teenage life being on the internet for everyone to see. Just hurts.
A little bit.
Just hurts.
I guess that's true. I would probably not like to see some of the posts that I made on like accounts that I had when I was like 16. Yeah. Oh well. It's his content. It's his content to do what he likes with at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Okay, next one is called Misbendering. Not a huge deal. I just want to talk. Okay. 3, 2, 1, go.
So I think Ben was kind of dismissive on the podcast last week when he was like, he misgendered this person on Twitter, and they were like, hey, my pronouns are in my bio, and he's like, I didn't read your bio. Because, like, if you called them she, that's because based on either the way they look or their actions or something, you assumed
their profile
they
picture.
were female, I guess.
Yeah.
And it's like a fucking meme to be like, did you just assume my gender? And it's nothing. But like, if you do assume someone's gender because of the way they look or the way they're acting, and they're like, that's not correct. That can be upsetting to people if they think they're being perceived as this other gender, and demonstrably they were because of the way you referred to them. And I don't know, in cases like that, I think you do have to have some kind of compassion for other people. I think you should probably apologize in situations like that.
To give a sincere apology, I would have to feel remorse. And why would I feel remorse for a simple, honest mistake? I wouldn't. So, there we go. Did I make a mistake? Yes. Do I feel bad about it? No, not really.
Sure.
Yeah, but
I guess there was no malicious intent behind it.
Sure, there was no malicious intent, but like, I think
the issue is the response.
When you make a mistake of something, like it's fine to have made the mistake so long as you say, "Oh, sorry." Like just any indication that you
I acknowledge that I did make a mistake.
Right.
I acknowledge that.
I just think it's like I don't know, good, polite to
I didn't want to be polite. I didn't want to be polite to this person.
I know, but like cringe though. Little cringe.
I just don't think so. I don't think it's that cringe.
Like,
I think it's pretty value neutral.
You had one tweet worth of context for this person, and based on that tweet, which was completely gender neutral, and the profile picture, which seemed to be, if I recall, like
it was pink. It was
like some character, right? It was some sort
of. It was pink, and it was a pink character, and also they had not that this makes it any less of a mistake, because it was, but like they did. The reason why I assumed was because they had a pink avatar, and they had like the two female symbols like interlocking in their bio, like I guess it's the lesbian symbol or something. Two female things like linked.
Right.
So, this is why I assumed.
Sure.
It was an erroneous assumption.
It's a fair assumption to make. There was a mistake made. I think people's problem with this interaction, why we're still talking about it 3 weeks later, is because your response seemed dismissive and not like actively apologizing. But at the same time,
I think the thing is,
this person was not.
But the thing is that the person who was accusing
faith.
you wasn't trying to be like, "Oh, by the way, you're mistaken." It was like you just basically did a hate crime, feel bad about it, and like when you're put on the back foot like that, it's like fuck that. And so I understand both perspectives.
It's not even that. It's that I think an apology. You give an apology when you feel bad about something you did, and you want to, I mean, there's like a sincere reason and an insincere reason. You can do it because you have realized that you were in the wrong, and you want to express that you have changed, right? Or you can give an apology because you want to reconcile with someone, and you want to let them know that you are sorry so that they will forgive you. And one, I don't feel any remorse for making a simple, honest error. I don't feel bad about that. And I hate this person, and I don't care if they forgive me. Therefore, what would be the justification for making an apology? I can't think of one.
I can't.
I can acknowledge the error, which I did. My response did acknowledge that I was in error. I feel like that is all that is called for.
I disagree, but I can't. I don't know how I would frame my. I don't know how to say it. So I'm just going to leave it for now.
I think the problem is optics. I really don't care. But just because we had the question,
I really don't care either.
It's an optics issue because you already had people making negative assumptions about you during this discussion, that you were like some crazy right-wing person. And by not immediately capitulating to like the gender question, it just reinforced those assumptions. Where if you had like actually made a response like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean that," like it probably would have put everybody who had made these assumptions like challenged those assumptions and made them slightly reconsider, if even for a second. At the end of the day, apologizing wouldn't have done anything in the grand scheme of things. But like in this micro exchange that for some reason we're all really focused on, it probably would have been a better move from an optics perspective to be more transparently apologetic.
Well, I mean, if by that you mean that I would not be receiving voicemails saying, you should have apologized, then yeah, apologizing
I guess
would have prevented
thing,
that.
One thing I would say is like the disagreement you had with this person was based on the other thing you said, not that you misgendered them. That was just an extra aside. I think it's to stay true to yourself and say, well, I don't feel remorse, so why would I need to apologize? I don't want them to forgive me. It's I can't think of the right way to say this. I'm going to like make the wrong point, and then you're gonna get the wrong idea. I need to like write it down, but like it's very subtle. God, I'm stupid. I hate being stupid. I hate not being able to quick-wittedly think of an entire argument out of nowhere.
I feel pretty rock solid on this. I feel like based on what an apology is and what function it serves, one was not necessary in this situation. By definition, I've laid it down. My logical brain has cracked the case.
I'm so fucking angry with myself. I can't figure out how to say this. God. All right, next voicemail. Fuck it. I'll write an essay and then come back next week.
Okay. Ugh. Fine. Next one is I will never fucking forgive you. Lol. No. 3, 2, 1, go.
You fucking fools, you fucking cretins. I hate you so much. I'm really behind on the podcast, but fucking, I left the voicemail talking about Minesweeper saying, Minesweeper.online has no guessing mode where you won't have to guess. And then the whole like rest of that episode, and then the next episode, we're talking about like, Minesweeper, you have to guess. You're always going to come into scenarios where you pretty much just have to guess. And no, that's literally, Ben is like, Minesweeper is a game where you make educated guesses. No, if you think that's what Minesweeper is, you just don't understand what it is. The vast majority of the time, you are deducing exactly where the bombs are. You're only very far behind. In very specific scenarios where it's just impossible to figure it out exactly. And you can write an algorithm to prevent those scenarios from happening when you generate a map, and that's what no guessing mode is. Oh my fucking God. Okay. I tell you these things because I care. Because I care about you, and I care about Minesweeper. And what do? You dash my hopes, you crush my heart, you stab me in my fucking soul, and you say, no, Minesweeper, you don't heed my words. You just go along playing Minesweeper in the dumb, stupid, infuriating way where you do have to guess because you just don't listen. Why don't you listen? What's the point of
this guy?
What's the point? Fuck you. Minesweeper is great. Fuck you.
Okay, a couple things.
Why don't you listen to the podcast?
This guy would really appreciate the bonus episode at patreon.com/the Procrastinators.
Where
the newest, the Minesweeper challenge.
We play Minesweeper, and it's good, okay? We like Minesweeper.
I like Minesweeper now. I appreciate it now on a deeper level.
Yeah. So please donate to the Patreon and watch that. But also, the no guessing mode, I've tried it. I don't like it. There's something annoying about the first one. Like,
I haven't tried it.
You go to no guessing mode, you click, there's like an X. This is the first thing you click, and you actually cannot click anything else. You have to click this space. So often, it opens up like a 3x3 space, and from there it's like, oh god, I don't know how to figure myself out of this one. It's so small. I like the freedom of being able to click randomly and get lucky to get like a bigger start, or to go to all four corners, so that when I get to those places, the likelihood that I have to guess at the very end is minimal. I can do expert Minesweeper now quite easily, and it's fun, and I don't mind the fact that sometimes you have to guess. The no guessing mode is just worse an experience, because even though you don't have to guess, it's less, it's less fast-paced. I have to start really slow all the time. I like going to the corners first. It's just good. It's just easy.
Based though?
What?
Yes. Next voicemail is called Store Brand Eleazar. 3, 2, 1, go.
My name is Eleazar. I live in Argentina. I sent the League of Nate Fuckers an application and they denied. This isn't the first time I tried. Oh, how many tears I've cried.
Based? Damn.
Okay.
Imagine getting rejected from the League of Nate Fuckers.
Yeah, that's pretty rough.
The seediest, most slovenly, lowliest gaggle of miscreants imaginable. Better luck next time. Eliazidi. Next one is okay, I'm better now.
Oh, Minesweeper, maybe.
3, 2, 1, go.
Okay, I expunged that from my system. I saw that Ben realized the error of his ways later. And I just hope that you all can
Told
become
you.
people who find wisdom in the numbers, patience in the minds, and solace in the free spaces. Because
Wisdom in the
Minesweeper
numbers.
is a beautiful, deductive puzzle game just like Picross. These are two titans that deserve the love and respect of everyone who has a computer. These games are fucking based. Thank you.
You're welcome.
We also play Picross in that Patreon bonus episode.
Ooh, it's true. It's true. There's a little bit of bonus Picross content as well, if you're into that sort of thing.
Dude, squares? Like, wow.
That was a good bonus episode. That was a lot of fun. Next voicemail is called Uwu Crimes. 3, 2, 1, go.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to murder you, Uwu. I just have a little bit of bloodlust.
Relatable. This guy is seething and coping, and I am here for it. Okay, next one is called Benpology. 3, 2, 1, go.
I am extremely sorry. I forgot to do something very important last week.
I know what it is.
Which was to remind Ben to please catch up on One Piece. Ben, this is your weekly reminder to catch up on One Piece. Thank you. Bye.
It's so hard, though. Reading is just so hard.
But you've kicked your Noida addiction. Now you have time.
You
can spend 30 hours straight catching up on One Piece this week instead of 30 hours playing a Noida run.
I'm on a kick, though. I'm on a really good kick of getting work done on my secret project. I'm gonna try and stick that out. I'm gonna try and ride that.
Ben, you are a
pro
procrastinator. You cannot be working right now.
It's true. I have defied my nature. I have temporarily put it aside. I think it's gonna be One Piece though. I'll get around to it.
Imagine the feeling of slaying this person for actually not giving him the ability to continue sending these voicemails.
He just wants what's best for me.
It's true.
Next voicemail is called FYI. 3, 2, 1, go.
Konnichiwa. This is Samurai-sama. So, Samurai-sama notice some confusion. In light of this, Samurai-sama want to make something clear. Samurai-sama is a man. Okay? Samurai-sama character, he.
I knew that.
Or him.
I know that.
Kasadi-chan, she. Okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Until next time.
Okay.
Fuck you.
Okay.
Benno Sentosa.
Yes.
Sayonara.
Of course. Sayonara Samurai Sensei. That's like a Zetsubo Sensei, but different.
Yeah. Did we make that mistake? Did we? I don't remember.
I don't think so, but I guess I might have and not noticed. I know that Cassidy is a she and Samurai is a he because Samurai is a character. By which I mean he's a real person who dogs me in real life.
I guess I might
hiding
have
in clay pots and jars.
I might have made that mistake because, when I think about it, I'm not sure how to deal with like using pronouns to refer to a character played by a trans person who is the other gender of the character.
There are no pronouns.
You know,
there are no pronouns. Are just what even is a pronoun really? When you get right down to it,
what really is a pronoun? Really, when you get down to it,
what even is
a pronoun? Crastinators.
The pronoun crastinators. There it is. We did it. We got there. The pronoun crastinators. Okay, whatever. Next voicemail is called Radcon 4 over 1 year later. 3, 2, 1, go.
There was some confusion on this, Ben and Co. The day that we recorded that thing about Radcon 4 was the anniversary of it. Yeah, we're over a year, lads.
I knew that.
Yeah, that was the whole point, I thought.
Or I knew it was around I didn't know whether it was the exact 1 year anniversary, but yeah, this is the pronoun cast episode.
Cast.
The pronoun cast about Radcon. That's what they're talking about. Next one is called Victimless Crime in quotes. 3, 2, 1, go.
This is a message to younger or more impressionable listeners of the podcast who don't know better. And this has come on the show before, but don't shoplift. Don't fucking do it. It's a joke. Don't shoplift. If you do it, you're going to get caught, and you're going to get fucked really bad if you do get caught. All right? It's going to happen. The people in this podcast are fools. They're naive idiots. They don't know what they're talking about. It's a joke. Don't actually shoplift. Don't be stupid. All right.
I mean, definitely don't. Getting caught would be really bad. So definitely don't get caught. If you get caught shoplifting, you have done it wrong and you have fucked up. I don't condone getting caught shoplifting.
Yeah. I mean, I would never do it because I am scared of consequences and I would assume it would fail. But like, it's not this thing's called victimless crime.
I think the implication here is that the victim is the person who will get caught and get in trouble, which is true.
True.
That is probably the main victim of shoplifting.
The real crime is getting caught.
Yeah. I mean, and that's
the real crime is punishing someone for stealing from a faceless corporation.
I would feel super bad if I was like, shoplifting is morally neutral, and someone was like, well, I'll do it then, and then they did it, and then they got caught and there were terrible legal consequences for them. Like, that would just be awful and terrible, and not worth it at all.
And then it comes back to us, like, I know, they're like, that podcast told me to do it, and their mom gets all pissed.
I knew podcasts were the work of the devil.
Like, I don't know how young and impressionable our audience is. I feel like most of them are like not like super young.
I feel like they must all be late teens and up.
Yeah,
I think at this point.
Obviously, don't shoplift if it's, difficult. Just like, there's no. I think what we've said in the past
don't do anything
is like,
if it's difficult.
What we've said in the past is that like shoplifting from a large corporation is not like a morally wrong thing to do. It's just a shame that you can get caught for it, and that sucks. I wouldn't condone it myself. I know Ben might, because Ben's like more into it than I am. I would
say that it's morally neutral. It's neither good nor bad.
Well, yeah.
I would just I've never been caught shoplifting, so I don't even know what would happen if you. It probably depends a lot on like who catches you and like what store you're at and whatever. So I don't even know what the consequences would be.
And also,
I feel like at certain stores, shoplifting would be so much fucking easier now because everybody has to wear masks, so they can't identify you, and a lot of stores can't chase after you. So what are they gonna do? Some guy in a mask came and stole our shit.
Most stores can't chase after you. The only one who can like arrest you for it is if there's like a plainclothes police officer on the scene. Like, the store cannot like apprehend you and hold you against your will or like tackle you, or like that's completely illegal. They basically have the store itself has like no, I don't know, they might hire someone who is like I think there are certain credentials some people can have that do like allow them to do that on behalf of like law enforcement, but like a normal store employee can't like seize you and stop you from leaving the grounds and like punish you or whatever. They simply don't have the authority. So I would say if you do get caught shoplifting, probably the thing to do is try and lie your way out of it. And if it doesn't work, just run. And like almost in most cases, they will simply have no recourse. Again, I have never had to do that, so I don't really know. And I guess I'm talking out my ass.
Getting in trouble with the law is scary, because it's the law. So for that reason, I wouldn't suggest trying it.
Yeah.
The potential consequences are usually not worth a couple of dollars you might save on something that
getting
you
a
could
rap
steal
sheet
in
is
the first place.
Getting a criminal record is super bad and definitely not worth anything you can shoplift. I mean, that much is true.
I think if you're the sort of person who is able to listen to the Procrastinators podcast, then you're probably not in a position where you need to shoplift. Really, probably okay.
What do you mean? What do you mean by that?
Well, you have access to the internet. You have time to listen to such a stupid podcast.
This is you're doing the same bit that streamer did, that girl who said like, if you have time to watch my stream, you have income to donate to me, donate $5 to subscribe.
Instead of that, I'm saying you probably don't need to risk a criminal record. I'm not saying donate to the podcast. I think it's a better message. I'm
saying that. I would say
Disavow.
I would suggest that anyone listening go out and shoplift right now and then donate whatever they saved to the Patreon. Is my
no.
I don't know. I mean, I'm sure there are people listening right now who are in economic distress.
Yeah, I guess
I'm listening and I'm in economic distress.
That'll be
exactly
for a lot of people.
So
I don't know.
But I mean, those people still, it would be it wouldn't help them to get fucking arrested.
The amount of money saved is sometimes proportional to the largeness of the thing you're stealing. Like if you try and steal a fridge, that's going to be a little difficult. If you try and steal like a candy bar, you could probably put it in your pocket.
Steal small things that have a high price per ounce.
Yeah, like
by
fucking
weight.
diamond jewelry.
Yes, for example, or things like cheese. Things like cheese are like pretty like
cheese jewelry.
If you're at a grocery store, I would say cheese is small, high in calories, and relatively high cost per weight. So it makes a good thing that you can just like slip into your pocket and like pretend you didn't realize you had, or something like stevia.
I mean, with cheese, you could just probably eat it.
Or something like I don't know, vanilla extract or something. A tiny little bottle of vanilla extract might cost like $12, but you just like, just pop it in my pocket, and then it's like, well, I just won't pay that. For instance, I mean, I'm just thinking off the top of the cuff here, like not like I would know or anything, not like I've thought about it.
It's like, Ben, all these examples sound like things that you would probably eat on the daily.
They're so specific. They're so. Stevia is keto too, right?
Yeah,
no,
cheese,
it's not.
Cheese and stevia both keto. How interesting.
Like I said, I haven't been going to stores. I just order my groceries now. But if I did, I don't know. No, I probably wouldn't. It probably wouldn't be worth the risk at this point.
Yeah, don't do it. I guess that's my stance.
Probably don't do it. But if you do, I won't think you're a bad person. But it's probably not worth it most of the time. Okay, there we go. Next voicemail is bring back tectonic improvements and Gamers Tavern. 3, 2, 1, go.
Hi, I'm calling to say that you should bring back Tectonic Improv and Gamers Tavern.
Okay.
And as you well know, that one concerned caller is equal to 1 billion listeners.
Easily.
Which means you should really take this advice very, very seriously.
Okay.
Again, Gamers Tavern and Tectonic Improv.
Okay.
Have they been on an episode together? I know Tectonic was with Cheesy that one time.
No, I don't. I think Tectonic was on twice. Wait, was the one Tectonic was on first. Gamers Tavern might have also been on that one. I don't know.
Yeah, I remember. But yeah, either of those guys are cool. We can have them back.
We could have one of them back. Recently, I haven't had guests in a while. Okay, next one is called Shocking Realization. 3, 2, 1, go.
Guys, I think the Nate fuckers are gay. Like, they just sound really gay.
No.
I don't know, it could just be me, but like...
Couldn't be.
I just get like gay vibes from them.
That sounds very silly. That's ridiculous. Listen to yourself. You're insane. You're crazy. You don't know what's happening to you.
Yeah, don't you realize they're all female?
That's right. Gay.
What a concept.
Yes. Next voicemail is called Marek24. 3, 2, 1, go.
So if you guys haven't already, you should totally check out the game Everhood. It's like psychedelic Undertale with Guitar Hero bullet hell battles, and it's fucking sick.
Is that the Doug Tenable? No.
No, it's Everhood. Yeah, I thought he said that, but Everhood is another thing. Okay.
What's the Doug Tenable one?
Neverhood. Or the Neverhood.
Never, yeah. This looks like a rhythm game?
It's Guitar
Oh, I see
Hero,
I see the Undertale reference.
Dude, is this a video game reference? Oh, it is.
Oh, this looks kind of neat. This looks kind of cool.
Look
I've
at
heard
the
good things
fucking...
about it as well.
Wait, I'm gonna do like a
You gonna
thumbnail.
post something?
I'm gonna do a thumbnail. Look.
Show me a...
Like there's...
Yeah.
It's flowey, see?
That's flowey. That's flowey right there.
That is...
This is honestly...
Yeah.
This is a little too Undertale, actually.
It's unapologetically Undertale.
This is... It almost seems like the amount to which this is referencing Undertale is like part of the joke or something.
I just think it's a marketing strategy.
I think it's a marketing strategy, maybe.
I mean, people are talking about it, so it clearly worked.
It's like Undertale with Guitar Hero, with guns.
It's like even the font for the game. It's like, hey, it's the Undertale font, basically, but we just flipped it.
It looks exactly like Undertale. Yeah.
Oh, dude,
which is fine.
They even have Geno.
I guess Undertale's like a...
They do have someone who looks just like Geno. The art for this guy is Geno.
That's Geno.
It's
there
ridiculous.
Our boy. Okay. Pretty good.
All right.
Is Undertale like... Has it become sort of a sort of genre, like a pseudo genre?
Oh no, Undertale likes, are those a thing?
That's what I'm thinking. Are they? I mean, this
would
one is.
assume
If
so.
they are, this one clearly is.
I feel
one.
like, in a way, yes, but then it's more that the Undertale and like Lisa and Earthbound are all part of the same weirdo RPG genre.
Earthbound would be weirdo RPG. Yeah. It's probably that genre of weirdo RPG is the group, but then like Undertale is such a like influential piece of it that it has like
it's own
influence.
subgenre.
I say that it's had a lot of influence on other like subsequent games in the subgenre.
I got a name. So for Earthbound likes that are Undertale adjacent, we call them Othertale.
That's good.
I dig it.
That's cute. That's cute. This game looks kind of neat though. Would you sacrifice your humanity to receive immortality? Yes.
Nah.
Everhood trailer. Yes, of course I would. In a heartbeat.
Answer
Easy.
100%.
Define humanity.
Part of being human is to be mortal. So like you just necessarily give up your humanity by becoming immortal.
No, see, the thing they say, they don't tell you, is that the part of humanity they take is your IQ. They take all of your IQ.
Oh, no.
No!
So we'll all just become flangeless orangutans living forever, cursed to wander, looking for a flange
They take your
to
flanges
fight.
away, but you can live forever.
No! Who would want to live without flanges? This is the plot of my new Othertale game that's coming out that I'm working on. Is it's gonna be like you're a humble little rice farmer, until one day a fucking goblin shows up. A goblin appears and he steals all your
gobbles
IQ
up all your
points.
rice.
He steals all your IQ points and he scatters all 100 of your IQ points to the far corners of the earth, and you have to go get them. You have to retrieve them.
How do you even get the first one?
That's the toughest one. You gotta.
That would be a
That's
funny
the gimmick.
idea.
The game
that,
gets easier as you go instead of harder.
Yeah, the first thing is the most difficult part of the game.
The final
That's
boss
funny.
is like learning how to walk again.
Like the first one is maybe like you just like gotta like mash one button. Just to pound a button like 1,000 times, and that's the only thing you can do. And eventually,
the game's 50 hours long.
You
but
get
the
1
first
point
48
back, and now you
is
can
just
move.
jabbing one button over and over again to get your first IQ point. That's like right in front of you. And then,
Yeah,
then there's
yeah,
just
yeah.
2 hours of the rest of the game.
That mischievous goblin, though, the IQ goblin, he's just like, haha, I've got the points. I will send them away. He's very sinister. Next voicemail is called The Entire Thing. 3, 2, 1, go.
I'm depressed. I used to love this podcast and listen to it a lot. Everyone was funny, except Munchie, and I enjoyed the silliness. But I'm at the end of this episode, and the only laugh I've had was the Cubone voicemail. Kinda wish the PCP fellas would do a super best friends and just make a video telling everyone they don't enjoy / they can't work with each other anymore, instead of trying to drag this podcast along off legacy alone. Watch as I ingest this entire cock.
Hey, yeah.
Was that a copy?
I
It sounded like a comment that may have been posted. I haven't read yet.
It might be. It sounds like sort of an amalgam of all the sorts of comments that say like, I used to like the podcast more. The podcast should just die. Or whatever.
I think the obvious thing missing from this analysis is that we still can work together just fine.
We're still here.
Hence the
I still
podcast
like it.
you're listening to
We're here
right
doing
now.
it. We're doing it right now. We're making it happen. We're proving all the haters wrong.
Does
Yeah, it's one of
anybody
those things,
does anybody
like-
have any disillusions
What?
at this point that Nate and Trixie and Munchie don't like being on the podcast anymore? Is that still unclear?
What
I feel like
is
a year of doing this should make it pretty obvious.
What is the PCP if not a podcast persevering after all?
The Perseverance
Nevertheless-
podcast.
Nevertheless, we persisted. This guy is a fucking bitch, and I hope he enjoys that cock. Okay.
Same.
Yeah. Next one is called Bringing It Back. 3, 2, 1, go.
At work today, a man tried to circumcise himself.
Hmm.
He didn't finish the job. It's really alarming.
Agreed.
That sucks.
Well,
Why would you do it to yourself? Get a professional.
well, you can you might it might be you can always it's good though.
it's
in a
good to
way,
go to your genitals with a knife. I mean, what's the harm?
Well, because I mean, at least
At least
he
it
didn't
hurts.
he didn't do enough circumcision, right? But that's okay because you can always circumcise more. The real danger is doing too much circumcision because you can't reduce the amount to which you were circumcised later. So I would advise that if you want to be circumcised, do it in little pieces. Just do it just slice off like
a simple,
a piece of your foreskin.
A simple 12-month
and then
plan of like.
and then come back with a knife and go and chop up the next millimeter of it, and then just every time the last one heals.
God, why would it make a sound?
It's that's the sound of the butcher knife hitting the
No.
hitting the what you call it, the chopping block, the cutting board,
the chopping cock. Oh, okay.
the chopping cock, you might say. Little baby steps. Baby steps Baby 12 Steps to the Perfect Circumcised Cock. It's a new
My new
best-selling
novel.
book. Self-help book.
My
Available
new
on
autobiography.
Amazon. I wish. Next voicemail is called Anamorphing Time. 3, 2, 1, go.
Ben, why aren't you in the Anamorphing Time podcast Discord yet, you bitch?
There's a Discord. I guess I didn't know there was a Discord. I guess I could join the. I haven't listened to it in a couple weeks. I bet if I asked, they would let me be a guest on there. Maybe, I don't know. They had a guest or a pair of guests that were really annoying. Most of the time they're fine, but there was one episode of Anamorphing Time that had two guests who I just couldn't stand. It was a married couple, and the wife just kept shrieking every time her husband said anything. The husband was very much like, very dry sense of humor, deadpan delivery. And every time he said anything like, I wouldn't say dark or edgy, but he would be like sarcastic, right? Every time he said anything sarcastic, the wife would just start shrieking. I hated her. I hated them so much. So my goal would be to be better than them.
I feel like you'd be like, hey, can I talk about Animorphs with you guys on a podcast? We did this whole big video about it. Be like, there was some sexism and edgy jokes in that video. Sorry, you're canceled.
They would I was randomly recommended a video from a YouTube channel that was talking about Animorphs, and he sort of offhandedly mentioned your lecture and put up like a thumbnail. It wasn't a huge channel or anything. It was I think it was recommended to me after watching a James Tullos video. Someone else was just talking about. Someone else did like an Animorphs like series retrospective. One of those. Anamorphing Time is pretty funny. I don't know if they follow me on Twitter, but like I don't know if they like know who I am or what the PCP is or anything. But whatever. Okay. Next voicemail is called Large Nose Man Makes His Move. 3, 2, 1, go.
Hello, it's me.
Gross.
The Large Nose Man. I'm calling in from the outside of Nate Bestman's house. Today's the big day. I'm going to make spicy salts look like a joke when I'm done with Nate.
Oh no! Hey,
wait,
Large Nose Man, rooting for you.
What? Oh, wait, spicy sauce. I thought he said something else. I thought he was talking about something else, but no. Instead, he was talking about the worst possible thing.
Very funny reference. More power to you. Spicy salts was the it's like a
deranged
shooter
fan
or a serial killer who like inspires like copycats. Like he's like the platonic model to aspire to. He laid out the blueprint for the rest of us. The rest of us need only perfect his formula. Based. Next voicemail is called I Have Solved Mario's Picross. 3, 2, 1, go.
I have developed a foolproof method to beat Picross. All you need to do is get Mario's Picross on emulator or with the Switch SNES collection, and then before you pick a square, you just make a save state. Then you click the square, and if you blow up, well, then just load your save state and pick another square, and just keep doing that
so
until
easy.
you win. And that's how you solve Picross forever. I'm a genius.
That's so much smarter than you, Gib.
I can't believe I've been bested so easily.
You're all like, oh, well, you can logically deduce that this square and this square. No.
Detective
dumb
shit.
A waste of fucking time.
I'm here doing detective work, and that guy's going in guns blazing and getting the job done instantly with no problem.
You're playing L.A. Noire, and he's playing Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah.
If you... yes. Next one is called Easy Money. 3, 2, 1, go.
Hey, yo, can this dick fit in your mouth?
I don't know. I don't know how big it is. It was an audio
probably.
show.
Most dicks probably could. Just geometrically speaking. Next one is called Hi Ben. 3, 2, 1, go.
I am going to fuck Nate, best guy ever, because his butthole is supple, just like his brother. Wait. Oh, the fucking modulator.
Okay. Next one is called Hi Ben 2. Let's try this again. 3, 2, 1, go. That was way better. The modulation just added so much to it. So much more personality.
And the dog squeaking as well.
The squealing mammal. Next,
don't incentivize those kinds of things.
Did you hear that shit, Tom?
Oh yes.
Oh yes. The next one is called The End and its own reward. And okay, the email attached is called An End to Clusterpunk at sad.times. So I'm prepared to cry. 3, 2, 1, go.
I have an unstoppable malice in my mind. Everything I make is garbage, and you'll find I should have ended it way back when. I've reached my peak before and can't do it again. But maybe there's more to just creating things. Could enjoying the process be its own reward?
I think
yes.
Yes. Yes. I think this is the end of the bear saga. If you want to call it that. How far we've come.
Things must come to an end.
Yeah.
In so short a time.
In fact, the only things that are good are things that stop immediately, and they never never come back. I wonder what he's going to do next.
Just like my wand, just like my teleport wand in Noida that shot the really short teleport bolts really fast that made me go. You get to end really fast, and that's makes it good. Next voicemail is called Shaken Bacon Surprise. 3, 2, 1, go.
Bear and I are back in clusterpunk hell. We think we've come close to finding the truth. Who's really behind leaving us at sea? There's boss music playing, so it has to be. Open the door and we're shocked to find the biggest damn hog we've seen in a while. He's 10 feet wide and armed to the teeth. Could this big bacon bastard best the bear and me?
Okay, I was wrong. It's not over.
It's just that was just the fake out.
That was only the beginning.
So the Bacon Man, is that
yes, it's a Bacon Man.
It's a Bacon Man. Is it like a Redditor? Is that what they mean?
I think the bear has the edge, being a carnivore. Wait, bears eat meat, right? I mean, I know they eat honey, but they eat meat.
They eat fish. They eat
fish out of the river, and they'll kill humans sometimes.
Bears will eat anything. They don't fuck around.
Okay.
Even spaghetti?
Oh yeah.
Even spaghetti, but not macaroni, because they've never heard of such a thing.
I know that feel.
Next voicemail is called The Monopoly Man, who, remember, promised was it 2,000 Dogecoin to whoever made the best League of Nate Fuckers video. So let's see what he has to say for himself. 3, 2, 1, go.
Ho 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 ho! This is the Monopoly Man.
Fuck are you?
Money. I'm here to tell everyone that whoever becomes president will not only get 2,000 Dogecoin, but also the rights to Nate's body. The league will entrust him with his health and thirst. Ho 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 ho! This was the Monopoly Man. Good luck, everybody.
A little pause.
Such a long pause. I thought it was over. It's like he had to check his script to see that. Oh, next they say ho 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 ho.
He had to turn the page. It was like, okay. Ho 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 ho.
Well, I guess the stakes have been raised. Next voicemail is called Beatorish from Umineko. 3, 2, 1, go.
Hello, it is me, Beatrice from Umineko. I'm here on my Disney Interactive Let's Sing microphone for the Wii. I'm here to ask you, have you read my video game? If not, she'll die. Okay, goodbye from Umineko, Beatrice. Goodbye.
Thank you. No, I have not read your video game. I'm sorry.
Beatrice or Beatrice?
Beatrice.
Umineko. What is this?
I know. I've heard of it. I have never. I think it's a manga, maybe,
Umineko,
and they also made
it's a Japanese
visual
doujin
novel?
soft visual novel series. Okay.
It's what Beatrice is from. It's what that name is from.
But where's the game? Oh wait, it's a visual novel video game. Okay. I like that being on a Wii microphone. That was good.
Yeah, I think this caller might be disappointed because I don't know anything about it. LOL. Guys.
I thought there was. Why did everyone shut up?
Yeah, I thought there was a problem with the call. I was like, no one's saying anything. What the fuck?
Okay, well, I guess next voicemail.
Eleazar, cut that awkward pause out.
No. Keep it. There was another one too. There was another long awkward pause before. Keep it all in.
Oh,
keep it all in.
No.
It's all part of the experience.
You know who cuts their awkward pauses out? The Pizza Party podcast. We can't.
They do.
We can't stoop to that level.
It's dishonest. Frankly, it's despicable. I listen. That's not.
Say in the comments if you watch only for the awkward pauses.
I appreciate naturalism in my podcasts. I need to feel the pain that the podcasters are experiencing. The next voicemail is called Ben Taint. 3, 2, 1, go.
Did you know cum is keto?
Yep.
Well, for me, that's not good enough. I must have Nate's cum, so I may enter the most true ketosis. With Nate's cum, I can make the best keto gummies. All out of cummies. But there's still one problem. I don't have Nate's cum yet. To get it, I'll have to join the League of Nate Fuckers.
They're still working on
with every
they're
day.
still working on getting it.
But I think the bureaucracy of the administration of the league is too much red tape. They can't get anything done.
No, they all have different ideas of how best to fuck Nate, and they can't vote on anything.
If they all came at the same time, but if they all came to Nate at the same time, Nate doesn't have that many holes. It's not even going to work. It's too many.
It would be
a logistical nightmare.
All the dicks would just clog. They would just bump against each other, and it would be like the thing with Mr. Burns and the diseases and the germs. Too many germs that they can't get all squeezed through the door. It would be exactly
so there's so
like
many
that.
Nate fuckers that Nate is completely protected.
A complete virgin, yeah, a complete virgin. They just can't fuck. They can't fuck.
I wonder if Michelle is in the league.
Who do you think started it?
I mean, I don't know. The league seems to want to cuck Michelle, but I mean, they could. She's like the shadow. There's like a
Michelle's
hooded
part
figure
of the Nate Chastity brigade.
There's a hooded figure who appears only in hologram form who leads the League of Nate Fuckers, and it's secretly Michelle under the hood. I don't know. We'll never know. In my
This
opinion.
really is a Tails gets trolled saga going on. So many faces.
Easily.
Do you ever wonder what it's like for that one person every week who's not subscribed, who just stumbles upon an episode and gets to this portion and is just like, what the fuck is wrong with these people?
I have
nothing.
Nothing but disdain for anyone who isn't subscribed already.
Every episode is someone's first episode.
I seek to punish. I don't know if that's true. I'm not sure if. Maybe. No, our numbers.
No. Every episode is someone's last
viewer.
episode. That's the actual.
That's definitely true.
Yeah, the turnover rate is just astronomical. Next voicemail is called Phrygian Meetup. 3, 2, 1, go.
So, when are we getting the files from the meetup? It's been a year. Maybe you could just dump them somewhere? I don't know. On that subject, though, me and some of the guys from the meetup are getting back together and having our own RadCon next week. So, PCP fans, we'll have some new lectures for you soon. $20 says I get mine out before Ben.
If you do it next week, yeah, you probably will get it out before me. If you're fast. I mean, good luck and Godspeed, and I am praying for you.
Yes.
Cool. People do lectures. People doing their own lectures is cool. I like it.
We should find the meetup footage. I need to talk to Victor somehow.
Trixie has it, right? Because she was the one who's collecting all the footage at the end of every day, right?
I guess she must have it. I don't know.
Christ.
I don't know.
What a fucking nightmare.
We're gonna have to bang on the door again.
We've been banging on the door. We've been banging
I
on
know.
the door.
Yeah.
She just doesn't give a fuck. She just doesn't give a fuck.
We're gonna have to reach out to Nate and or Victor and just be like, look, you guys both have a head on your shoulders. You both have a sense of responsibility. Please help.
I'm not even sure what it is that she's got.
Well,
you mean
just to find out.
The film? You mean the film from like the meetup?
From the meetup and all the rest of the behind the scenes stuff.
Okay, I'm just
because at the end of every day, because she brought her desktop to the house and we would just dump all the footage that we had onto there because she was supposed to be putting the behind the scenes up every day.
Big mistake.
That was the plan, and
oh my god,
things did not go according to plan.
Nightmare. Okay, well, we'll try to do something about that. Maybe. We'll do our best. Next one is called Minesweeper Gone Rogue. 3, 2, 1, go.
Demon Crawl is a Minesweeper roguelike.
Demon Crawl?
Puzzle roguelike.
Oh, I see.
Fascinating. Oh, look, it's Minesweeper, but there's treasure chests. Loot get.
What makes it a roguelike and not just a series of Minesweeper levels?
Nothing. I think Minesweeper itself could be classified as a roguelite.
It does have permadeath, that's true. And it's procedurally generated. Interesting.
Looks vaguely interesting.
Yeah. Next voicemail is called Digital Monster X, and there is an image attached. I'll post it on the thing. It's a picture of some digivices, I guess.
Fuck yeah.
There we go.
Dude, those look sick.
Yeah, Yeah, these are like. Is this the new like version that released like last year? I don't know.
I didn't even know there was a new version. What? It's
Yeah,
black
there
and
was
red.
one-
That's my favorite color combination because I'm an edgelord. It's got Beelzemon on the cover, who's fucking murdered Leomon. It was fucking sick.
Which one's Beelzemon?
Beelzemon.
The one on the bottom who rode around a motorcycle who's dressed in leather and he fucking murdered one of the kids' Digimon in cold blood and she cried about it and it was awesome.
Is it the one with the big like blue wings and the gun?
Yeah.
Nice. Nice.
Fucking sick. Digimon's the best. Everyone watch Digimon Tamers unironically based.
Okay, the voicemail, Digital Monster X, 3, 2, 1, go.
An English version of the Digital Monster X was just announced, so what's the difference between that and the version 20 of which Tom has? Well, first of all, the English version of both are going to be way cheaper than the Japanese counterpart, so now you have two options to pick from. However, here's the thing. With the version 20th, you get to raise 2 Digimon at a time, and you have 10 eggs to choose from with smaller evolution branches. Meanwhile, the DMX only lets you raise 1 Digimon at a time. You only get 1 egg, but the evolution tree and all the things in that branch is far more than any of the version 20th eggs. And finally, it has like an RPG quest mode. So if you're fighting a 20th versus a 20th or an X versus an X, they have a little mini game you can do, so there's a little bit of skill in fighting. But if you're fighting a 20th versus an X, not so much. So if you do a Royal Rumble, you're probably going to want to stick to all 20ths or all X. And I believe the version 20th is the more beginner-friendly of the two. However, if you do the 20th, you enjoy it, but you want something new, I then highly recommend checking out the X when it comes out.
I gotta watch a review on that that Digimon YouTuber's channel. What was his name?
Oh god,
Fuck.
I don't remember.
I can't remember.
Definitely
his name, but
buying
that
one
guy.
though. It's not out yet, but when it is, I'm gonna buy it.
Digimon Digital Monster X is a brand new digital monster virtual pet, which is focusing on X antibody Digimon. I don't know what that means.
I don't need. Oh no!
Several mechanics from the Digimon Pendulum X series also make a return, such as the XAI system. This is gobbledygook.
Yeah, there's a ton of Digimon V pets that came out in Japan, and only like one version before these re-releases came out in the States. There's a lot that I don't know about. All I know is I just went to Amazon to look for one, and in the related, there was the D-Tamers D-Arc that I had like 3 of back in the day, and they're all gone now, and they're selling used for $573. Digimon stuff's worth so much money.
Because it's like old and discontinued? Is that why it's expensive?
I have like unironically thousands of dollars worth of Digimon merch that just got lost when we moved houses back in the day, and it really hurts my soul to know I could like pay off my student loans with Digimon toys, but I can't because they're gone.
Oh no! I wonder if I had an old Digimon from back in the day. I don't know, it's no way it's worth anything, right? Like the old, like pre-Pokemon ones, even.
Those are worth a little bit.
Well, maybe I should look it up. The next voicemail is called. Well, it's just an image link, and this is the image attached. It's a drawing of a Birdman.
It looks pretty cool.
That's pretty good. So voicemail in 3, 2, 1, go.
Far from the distance, a bird creature approaches your PCP recording fortress.
Oh.
It speaks to you in its screeching, scraggly voice, telling you that bandits from far away seek to plunder your fortress and steal what is yours. What do you do?
Dab.
Birdmen are warning us that bandits are going to plunder our fortress.
DM, I'd like to make a sleight of hand check to try and pickpocket from the Birdman.
No, you don't say, DM, I want to make a sleight of hand check. You say, I'm going to try to pick the Birdman's pockets, and then the DM says, okay,
did
make
you
a
see what I
sleight of
did there? Did you see what I
hand
did
check.
there, listeners?
That's how you fucking do it. You don't talk in mechanical terms. The DM tells you the rules. Bitch.
I tickle him until he lays an egg, and then I make an omelet with it.
Oh.
DM, is the Birdman sexy? Am I attracted to him?
You got the image.
Oh, Oh, I guess I have to choose myself. Okay, no. His head is too small.
And he has no pupils.
He has no That's fine. I don't mind that so much.
DM,
I mean,
do I believe this bird? Do I believe this bird's claim, or do I find it dubious?
Okay, all right. I guess you can make a sense motive check. I suppose
You're not the DM. We gotta wait till next week to know what all these options are.
I will. Okay, I mean, I don't care. I don't care what this bird means. It's like, okay, we'll maintain normal fortifications. We're always on guard. We're always on guard from bandits, right? We run a tight ship. This is
I'm
not
sure we
helpful.
all take watch and shifts at night, to make sure that nobody sneaks up on our encampment during the evening.
We will redouble our usual efforts at repelling invaders. Birdman, you are dismissed. Get out of here.
No, does he have any weapons? Maybe he could help us defend our encampment. Is he armed? Does he seem to have any arcane gifts that could help?
I don't want him in the fort. He is not one of us.
Why are you speciesist?
He is here. Who knows what he could? I don't. In this world, it's kill or be killed. I think he's more likely trying to pull some kind of ruse on us.
Well, that's why you have to.
Then he is actually just letting us know.
Them first. I dare not say the mechanic's name, just in case I set you off again. But
fair enough. I don't believe it. I mean, it could. Believe it or not, even believe it or don't believe it. I'm still like, well, whatever. No. Okay, that's my take.
Wait, I gotta roll a d20. I gotta see what I get for my insight.
I like it. It's hard. It's hard and it's annoying, but I like it when like
DM. I got an 18. I got an 18 plus my modifier for insight.
I think that when you do a sense motive check, it's better if the DM rolls. I feel like the roll should be secret. Like you shouldn't know, like, oh, I got a great roll or oh, I got a terrible roll, because then you know what's real and what's not. But I mean, we're limited.
I guess. I feel like it helps with immersion if the DM does all the rolls, but it kind of like empowers the player to feel like their stats are doing well if they know what the roll is. So it really depends on what side of the equation you want to kind of.
It depends on the roll. Like I wouldn't do this for like an attack or something, or like even something like picking a lock. I would let the player roll, but for something like sense motive, like if the entire party rolls sense motive, and you get bunch of rolls, I think it's better if they don't know what they rolled, because then all they know is who believes and who doesn't, and then all they can do is like, okay, well, this guy's got a good intuition stat, he's like usually pretty perceptive, maybe we should believe him because he's more likely to be right, but you never know. Sometimes they could be wrong. You never really. I think that's the best way to do it.
Usually an insight.
Well,
I guess
at that
an
point,
insight check's supposed to be like something that just a character intuits like internally. So like even just like having the roll be announced is difficult. Like that's kind of like
I think
the struggle with tabletop is like preventing
even knowing that you had to make a roll for it at all is sort of giving the game away a little bit.
Yeah,
but I think when you think about it, the numbers, the rolling of the dice is to offset the fact that you can't literally do these things in real life. If you have charisma, like not in real life but in the game, you roll a high number. If you don't know what you rolled and you have to convince your party of something, if you don't personally have charisma but you rolled a high enough, how are you supposed to, like, you can't really convince them with your real life stats.
I think that in a case like that, you shouldn't be able to just like I think it's better if generally you don't like roll charisma checks to convince your party of things, because then you make a really high roll, then that ends up forcing other players
usually when you're interacting
to play
with
their
the rest of your
characters in
party,
ways that they don't,
unless it's
like
a physical check, like dialogue just happens naturally, like if the players believe you or not, it's just a matter of you being able to convince them at the table.
That's a point where the rules kind of break down, where like the rules and the role playing like kind of clash with each other, and you sort of have to choose like which one you're gonna prioritize there.
Like some character, just imagining like you have to convince a guard to let you in. The player says, let me in. You want to let me in. And it's like not convincing at all, but they roll a really high number, so it works. And then everything seems a little stupid.
Well, at that point, it's up to the DM whether they want to allow it to happen or not. Because like
If
even
I
if
were
the DM has the
yeah.
last say. Even like in a situation where you roll a nat 20, if it's like I'm rolling to like fucking insta kill God, like you're not gonna get a success on a nat 20. Because like
if you're
with skill checks, a nat 20 isn't an instant success. It's just 20 plus your score. Because you can set up a ability check like that outside of damage to be like, you know, like 47 or something insane like that you
If
just
they were
can't clear.
If they were trying to lie their way in and they just said like, let me in cause you wanna, I would probably be like, as the DM, I'd say like, that's not even a lie. Like you just fucked it up. Like it doesn't matter what you roll. Like you simply didn't do the thing you were setting out to do.
I guess it'll depend on whether the roll is for the like how good the lie is or like the stupidity of the guard in question.
Right.
Yeah.
I think letting the players roll, even if you know that they're not going to succeed, just helps the game feel more fun. Because it feels like they're actively participating. But it's just
you
up to
should
the
definitely
DM.
You should definitely make them roll sometimes when there's like literally no purpose to it, just so they don't know what's real and what's not.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good DMing.
Man,
if you roll a 20
cool.
on a strength, and they're trying to push a boulder, it doesn't matter how strong they roll, they can't push it. Too big.
Unless they have like some kind of like superhuman strength score.
Sure. But like most normal characters won't. Like you can roll a nat 20 on a strength check and be like, your muscles flex real nice and everyone thinks you look cool. The Rock doesn't.
I think it's DM's discretion, but I think if you did that and you rolled a nat 20, I might be tempted to be like, it is physically impossible to move this boulder, but it just so happens that it was sitting on some like unstable ground, which kind of gives in and the boulder moves. Like maybe it depends.
There was an interesting like simplified rule set for tabletop I was looking at that was based on 2d6s, and it was like under 7 was a failure, 7 to 9 was a yes but, so like you succeed at what you asked to do but something bad happens, and then like an 11 or 12 was just a straight success. And I thought that was pretty interesting.
That is interesting. That's like improv.
Yeah,
the yes but that's cool. It's kind of like, I like that because it follows the rule of storytelling, that it's not like it's like what is it like that? There's that Trey Parker Matt Stone talk where they talk about when you're telling a story.
Columbine
it's not
shooters.
Yeah, the Columbine shooter. It's what is it? It's not yes and that's the improv thing. It's like they're talking about like a story has to progress according to like, and then because it's not and then it's and then so therefore. You know, it's like one leads into the other, and there's like some sort of, I don't know. I guess it's not quite the same. Never mind. Next voicemail is called Sam. 3, 2, 1, go.
Hey guys, so this is the first time I'm doing one of these, so my apologies if
no worries.
I do it incorrectly or
you're doing good.
The incorrect format. But I'm in college, and because of the virus and all, I don't have any friends. It's pretty lonely. I'm stuck in my room all day. And I was just wondering if you guys had any advice on how to make friends in college or how to meet new people.
I mean,
thank you in advance. I hope you all have a great day.
I mean, the whole virus situation is a little bit. Nobody knows how to cope with that.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, we didn't have to deal with that when we were in college because there was no coronavirus at the time.
I mean, I can give you the usual fucking advice under normal circumstances. It would be join groups, join extracurriculars, join like study groups for your classes or whatever. You know, chat with your classmates after class, and I don't know, see what they're up to, and making not to. I'm gonna sound a little salty, but making friends in college is so fucking easy. It's so easy, and if you can't do it in college, then you might as well just fucking kill yourself because that's the easiest time, and you're fucked. No, that was It's a terrible thing. A terrible thing I just said.
Yes.
The thing is, like, it's easy to make friends in college because, like, you have a bunch of people the same age. It's easy to find, like, people who are pursuing the same kind of general goals that you are because everyone has, like, a major and stuff.
It's
and
literally
there's tons
like
of, like, clubs and stuff. But in the
the
current
point of
situation,
college
that's
is a bunch
all
of
undercut.
The point of college is like it's a bunch of people of like a similar background generally who are all convened together to spend years doing structured activities with one another. Like it's like the ultimate like acquaintance building engine. After school, out of school, it's like
after school
nothing is like that anymore.
If it wasn't for the internet, I would have made a single friend from 2011 to now. Because I haven't. I literally haven't made a single friend in the real world in the last decade.
I made I've met a couple people in the real world, but like not mainly I've made friends that I originally knew through the internet. Cringe. Oh man.
Yeah, the coronavirus with not being able to like physically be with people from college is probably
I'm sure the coronavirus is making
it
10 times harder than it's supposed to be. So, yeah, I mean, college makes
at
it
the very
easier,
least,
but the coronavirus makes it way harder, so maybe it balances out.
At the very least, if you have like Zoom groups or Discord groups or whatever for your classes, talk in those. That's really all I can think of.
Yeah, joining clubs and groups is good. And if there's one that you want that doesn't exist, try starting one. And I would say, worst that happens, nobody shows interest, and you're in the exact same position you're in now. So
I would say get vaccinated early if possible. I know that's not possible for everyone. And then after the coronavirus is dealt with to whatever extent it can be, I don't know. This is hard, and I struggle to do this as well. But like, just try and like be out of your room, be out in places. I know it sounds stupid. It sounds like, what's the point of that? Like, what, I'm just gonna go and like stand somewhere? Like, yes, to a certain extent, yes. You should just like leave your room and go somewhere, wherever literally anywhere other people are,
like
simply for the sake of being there.
There's just like a commons area where you could like get snacks and just tables to like sit and like study and do stuff like outside of your room. I spent a lot of time there, and I would just like run into people I knew from class because like it was right above the cafeteria. So when people would get food, they'd walk by there, and I would just say hi. There's a good place to kind of just like naturally start conversation with people you like had seen around. So something like that. When the weather gets better, just being outside. If you're on campus, like just working outside, doing some studying outside, and like just kind of like reaching out to somebody who you've seen in class and you might have an interest in striking up conversation with, even if like you don't know exactly what the conversation is going to be about. Just like putting yourself in the situation, even though it feels like really scary, of just like saying hi to somebody, you'll naturally get better at doing it. So it'll be easier going forward each time to talk to more people.
Yeah. I think that's pretty good advice. I think we've pretty much solved this guy's whole life now.
Yeah, I mean, you know,
I think he's good. You're welcome, Sam. Let us know how it goes, I guess. The last voicemail, I think, is called Download Ruffle. 3, 2, 1, go.
Oi, download Ruffle. It's a Flash emulator that you can install on your browser as well as your computer. Preserve Flash as much as you can. Download Ruffle right now.
Okay.
I like playing the old Flash video games online.
So is what I'm hearing that if you have Ruffle, you can play old Flash games? Is that?
That seems to be what it's saying.
So it's basically just someone remade Flash.
It's probably like some sort of emulator.
I mean,
let's find out.
What's the difference?
Yeah, Flash player emulator written in Rust. Yeah, it just emulates the Flash environment. but it's not. It's written. I assume it's written in Rust, but it probably works
Isn't-
via HTML5, so it runs in modern web browsers without.
I mean, Flash is just a program. Flash is just software. How do you emulate software? Wouldn't you just have written the software again?
It's the same way you emulate like a Super Nintendo, I guess. Like Super Nintendo.
Well, Super
is just
Nintendo is
software.
hardware, though.
Well,
Super Nintendo, well, it's hardware and software.
Sure, and like you're emulating the hardware and the software that it runs in order to run the applications, and you're just emulating the software of Flash Player.
I guess so. Well, that's. I mean, I'm glad there's an alternative. I'm glad there's a plant-based alternative to Flash. Does this mean I can read old Homestuck?
Maybe.
I don't know.
Wait, does old Homestuck even exist anymore, or has it all
I mean,
been
the
ported?
MS Paint Adventures got like redirected to Homestuck.com, so I don't know actually if all of that stuff is there. But I think a few pages have like you can go to the top right and like switch to the Flash version of the page, like Cascade,
Dude,
which is
sick,
way better than the video.
On the Ruffle homepage, they have a version of Alien Hominid running in Ruffle. You can just play Alien Hominid on here. Hell yeah.
Alright, that's pretty based. Download Ruffle, I guess.
Do it.
Well, we're at 2 hours and 50 minutes, and Eleazar says keep it under 3 hours, so...
I guess it's time.
We did
die.
it. We did it. Join the fucking Patreon at patreon.com/theprocrastinators. Check out all our fucking... What do we have, like 40, 30 bonus episodes?
It's like a million of them.
There's a lot. The newest one of which is the Minesweeper Picross Challenge, which was a lot of fun and cool and good.
It was me versus Ben seeing who could be the best puzzle person.
It takes twists. There are twists and turns. And then send us a voicemail at speakpipe.com/PCP voicemail if you think you got something to say, bucko. Anything else?
Nah.
Oh, I have one thing.
Keep it under 10
that
minutes.
I do want to mention before the end of the episode, and it is a little personal project. It's not my project, but it's a project that I am involved in, and I think maybe some people would appreciate knowing about it. There is a comic anthology called the Kato Anthology that is being made. They're going to be kickstarting it soon, and they're looking for submissions. And I'm submitting. I'm going to be one of the submissions. I'm going to be in it. But they are looking for submissions, and they are, believe it or not, they're paying. They'll pay you money if they print your work. They will print your work for you in their anthology, and they will pay you for it. And you keep all your copyright and all that. I don't know. Pretty neat. I don't know. Comic artists are always looking for this this kind of shit.
Would I be able to post something like a Lord of Ghosts?
You could submit anything you had made, and I don't know. I mean, I'm not one of the people making it, so I don't know what their criteria is for.
Okay.
I mean, yeah.
I saw your tweet about it, but I haven't watched the video yet.
I posted a tweet about it. I will put a link. Eleazar, please put a link in the description to this video from the Kato YouTube channel announcing this anthology. They have like contact information for like where to submit and stuff all in there. And I should disclaimer: I am, I guess, something involved in the production of it. So this is not. I guess what's the word? Is it a conflict of interest? I don't know, but I think it's neat. And if I were were a comic artist, lol, I would want to get paid to have my shit printed. So, okay, that's all. Goodbye. Anything else?
No, that's it.
Okay, then I will die now.
Goodbye, everybody.
Okay, that's the end of the episode. Goodbye.